Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Oh,
So hi, welcome to Talechasers on Friday with me, Amber, and these bozos. Oh, I mean, sorry, that's my other crew. My Stargazers.
that would be
Hello.
us, yes. We are gazing at the stars. Though not right now,
Indeed,
because
we
we're
are.
inside of a tower. But yeah.
Well, all you have to do is climb back up and just look out a window, and the stars will be right there waiting for you.
Hmm.
But to get up the stairs, we must first play Dungeons and Dragons. So why don't I get a little recap of what happened last time? I think that would be an excellent idea, given that we didn't manage to play last week.
Indeed.
That is correct.
I gave one last time, but I can do it again.
You may elect someone.
No, let me elect someone. Now,
Hmm?
I could be like really evil and just elect the person who is currently eating, but I'm not gonna do that. So, Gabe, you can do the recap.
Cooked.
Good.
I'm cooked.
You should have been cooking if you didn't want to do a
Very well.
recap.
Yeah, I wish I wasn't so busy. Very well. Do my best. So, last we left off with the Stargazers. A little group had been exploring the bellows of Faust's magical tower, crumbling slowly as the ether eats away both at the lich and at the few remaining walls of this contraption. Party had just managed to defeat a bone-like creature, an amalgamation of osses compositions, and took a bit of a rest to recuperate from the heavy beating that they had suffered from it, whilst also harvesting some little bones and some essence, and taking a look at the broken apparatus that was hovering almost in the middle of the chamber. One very similar to the energy relay that the party had discovered about 2 rooms above, but with some little bits and pieces missing. After an hour or so of resting and recuperating and drinking some terribly tasting tea, the party finally descended to the level below. And surprise, surprise, Angel, there was a crater in the room, which already makes you think, how is there a crater at the bottom of a tower? But the most important detail was an angelic figure, a woman, crash landed in the middle of the chamber. This large hall with what I believe were some tapestries of higher beings, and one of them being the constellation of the Weeping Man, aka the Star Child. Thus, Lawrence, with holy fervor, dashed towards the woman and lent his hand. In very priestly fashion, he spoke with her and sought to bring her any modicum of succor. The woman was indeed in need. She needed to share a burden so heavy with someone else, and she was most glad to have found Lawrence a perfect candidate. And as she did so, weird little wriggly tentacles decided to wrap around Lawrence, kidnap him, and reveal that the entire chamber and the woman were but an illusion of our best friend, Phoebe, the little Shadowfellian pet creature that looks like a mixture of an Ophiug and a roper. Phoebe was quite a difficult opponent, going invisible the moment you would walk away further than 10 feet from him, and teleporting everywhere around the layout of the floor at almost will. It was indeed a difficult fight. To keep track of him, to catch him, and manage to take our companions out of his grasp before he could eat them for breakfast. But luckily, before we'd have to definitely put out Stevie for good, or Stevie could put out any one of us out for good, Vittorio managed to intimidate the pet of the Lich in putting whoever he was holding down and pacify him by feeding him a bunch of rations and also looking pretty threatening every now and then to Remember, Stevie, who's the boss? Us, for now. Luckily, that happened. Everything went well, and we also managed to recover one of, I believe, two missing jewels, the magical batteries of the relay that was broken, as well as, with a little bit of search, the pieces of the frame that were supposed to house it, scattered amongst the rubble on the floor below. While Lawrence went and pilfered a bunch of Faust's spell scrolls from his study, that being like 17 spell scrolls of Dead Man's Tongue, um,
And Dead
he
Man's Eyes.
Dead Man's Eyes. There you
A
go.
lot of like
And it's-
Dead Man's parts.
I don't know Dead
Yeah.
Man parts, but he's a lich,
Dead
so I
man
would understand.
parts.
And meanwhile, Tokus and Zarius went upstairs to fix the first gem of the relay, putting the frame in place, slotting the gem inside, and getting ready to find the next.
How did we get it in place, Tokas?
We put the frame back in the thing, and then we slotted the thing back in the thing.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. That's definitely not the entire thing that happened.
It is. It definitely is.
I kind of wish it was, but I don't think it is everything that
What
happened.
would you wish it was? What was so bad in how it actually happened that
Oh,
makes
well,
you
it
wish that
sucked
it
my
was?
soul a little
That is
bit.
true. That is true. I guess
Sucked
you
his
would have
soul
wished
that
that.
I was like, you lost like 10 soul points for that, you know?
He did lose 10 soul points
I did
because he
lose
was
a lot
like,
of hit
I'm
points."
going to put my magic in the battery that drains the magic of living creatures. And he was like, maybe not a good idea. As
I
he
wanted to
got
kickstart
withered,
it.
he went,
Yeah. It suckled.
Just a little bit.
and then he got absolutely pulverized. And Zarius is no more. No, he's still alive. Just a little bit
Oh,
sucked.
I just got sucked.
He just got sucked.
Which normally might be a pleasant experience, not this time.
Not this suck. This was a horrible suck.
This was a bad suck.
Yeah.
You quite
But
done
it's-
sucking, or
I mean, I don't know if Zarius wants to do it again. I'm not going to stop him.
Actually, I was not sucking. I was the sucky. Please get this right.
It was being sucked.
alright, suckers. Let's pick up exactly where we left off with you guys. Just a moment.
Very well.
With some elevator music.
I don't fucking know. Do 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 do.
I don't see anything different about my mic.
Very well. And it's I don't know. Yeah, then I don't know. It just sounded
I got
different.
squirrels in my pants.
Does my mic sound bad?
It
Not
sounds
that bad.
Sounds a bit different, I guess.
yeah,
Second years.
sounds a bit different. Sounds like you're like further away, I guess.
Great. Might be on its
I
way
I
up
mean,
then.
it's not the end of the world. We can
No,
hear you
yeah, it's
clearly.
not the end of the world. I just know that sometimes it has swapped to like your webcam mic at some point. So I was. Just
Oh,
like,
yeah, that might be it.
We're all
No, it's not.
die.
yeah. No,
Oh.
but that is the reason why I mentioned it.
What is the reason?
But it is fine.
You are the reason.
I put your volume up a bit, so it is a-okay.
What be the reason you're here tonight, boy?
Alright. Then let us continue. I don't remember where I was at all.
We continue off of where we left off. That was essentially where we left off.
Perfect.
Perfect.
You guys have begun to reconstruct this tower. One of the pieces is slotted back into its rightful place. A little bit wobbly still, but nothing that it won't be able to fix. With just a little bit more energy. You scoured the last bottom floor of the tower, finding more pieces of the frame, but not the last gem. How would you like to proceed?
Hmm. Well, we did see a nice little shining light all the way over there
Mm-hmm.
in the corner. Um, so I think when everything is said and done, someone is indeed gonna have to swim and get it.
Not it.
Yeah, Vittorio, he's like,
Sorry, guys. I just feel really tired after whatever that thing just did to me.
yeah, well, I imagine that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter who's gonna go because it's gonna end up being me just because I can hold my breath for a pretty long time.
Mhm.
At least we have some. At least we still have some of the antidote for ether poisoning handy. That's good.
Pretty important.
Are you sure you can do it, Vittorio?
It like looks outwards. Amber, can I make a little guesstimate how far out this light is from the basically the invisible wall holding back all of this ether?
Sure.
What kind of check would you like? Would you like a perception check? Would you like something intelligence based?
I would like intelligence observation.
Intelligence observation. Let's go. So then it is observation. It will be 2 less than this result. So a
Still
16.
16's good.
Yeah, that's very good.
Indeed.
Did you think this could easily be 250, 300 feet from where you are?
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah. Looking out. Like, I don't know. It's like, what, maybe 250, maybe upwards of 300 feet.
That
can you
sounds
do it?
pretty rough.
I mean, I guess that depends on how fast I swim. You can see Jor's clearly like if you could see inside his brain, the gears are definitely turning as he's trying to math.
I could turn into another ether wolf. That would work.
I mean, I guess that would be an easy way to get to it, but I think considering last time you turned yourself into one, you decided to try and eat someone.
Yeah,
And
I
also
think
kind
that's
of
not a good idea.
swam away and was you were away for almost an hour.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that sounds like a bad idea.
So if you go and grab the thing, and then I don't know, then your instincts take over. That thing might end up getting lost somewhere else.
Guess I could turn into something more normal, I suppose. Could turn into a crocodile, maybe? I'd probably get poisoning anyways, but at least I can swim.
Uh, I mean, hmm.
I honestly
I-
think it might be better to have Vittorio go.
Look, I think I can still get to it and get back before I'll run out of my breath. I guess it all depends on if there's something out there lurking.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of as well.
Do you have goggles?
No, not really.
I'll pass you my goggles.
Swimming goggles.
From your flight suit, I assume. Yeah, he's like,
They're airtight.
oh, I guess that will help.
Other suggestion I have is maybe Tokas, you can make, or maybe we can find some sort of container, and then we put it upside down, right? Wait a second, you still have the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we have the boat upside down? And Vittorio kind of wears it, right? And he breathes the air
I read about that
that's
in
on the
like a book.
underside. Yeah, on the
It was
We
called
need to go
underside.
Moransian
above the gem in
Pirates.
that case.
What?
Well,
Moransian Pirates.
It's
my
not
favorite
magically
book, too.
going to create air and pressure inside the boat. You have to
Oh,
first.
no, but it's gonna keep the air inside, right?
Yeah, but there's no air. That's the problem. If we insert the boat through a wall of force inside the water, it's not going to have any air inside. Well, I guess the
Why
problem
not?
is still
If
there's a
you
wall
have
of
air
force.
inside you and you walk through a wall of force, the air is still inside you. Why wouldn't it be inside the boat?
I guess the problem to begin with is the wall of force. If we don't find a way to go through that, Vittorio can grab the gem.
So
So,
how'd the gem go through the wall of force?
well, luckily there wasn't a wall of force.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe it's not a wall of force. Maybe it's like it's just like a barrier that keeps out the water.
We could try, but I know very little magic that works only one way.
I
Well,
mean, the guy is a pretty.
Fella, yeah, supposedly some sort of powerful spellcaster, more powerful than you. So
Strange addition, but
he
alright.
knows things. Yeah, he probably knows things that you don't.
Mm. Well,
So
yeah.
to be the truth, I wouldn't be surprised if he would know more than most of us.
Well, doesn't hurt to touch it. If it's a wall of force.
Well,
if it's not, it might hurt to touch it, but I get to find out.
You can always throw a book at it or something.
Throw something that's worth less than a book.
I mean, there's still bones around.
True.
Well, yeah, sure. If you guys figure out if the thing actually is one way or stuff can go through it, I'll start getting ready.
I'll walk here. I'll
No,
grab
we
a boat.
cannot go through the barrier.
Perfect. I go back.
It
It's
is
a
a
wall of
wall.
force.
Right.
That's gonna make things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
Definitely.
I mean, I guess. Guess we could check downstairs as well, but I imagine it's gonna be the same. And if it is the same, maybe you can get a message to the lovely owner of this tower, and maybe you can, I don't know, open
Bring
it
down the wall of force.
or
Or
like,
we can just go from above the water?
Ah.
We walk out of the tower. We grab the boat that's still anchored at the bottom of the tower, and we just, well, row over the thing.
You see Victoria's just like looking at you, and he's like, "Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's a lot easier. All right." And he puts on his backpack again.
Ever
Mm-hmm.
knowing how the thing above was structured, we're only missing one gem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Well, what do we want to do first? Grab the gem. We'll go downstairs.
What do you want to do downstairs?
What?
I don't know.
Uh,
Something else might be there.
We
You've
literally
been downstairs.
We
Oh, that
literally
was the
checked
bottom
for
of the
like
tower.
an hour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was another floor. I understand.
No.
Okay,
Togus'
thank you.
worst enemy, spatial awareness. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, let's go up.
zoom. Wait, where's my token? It's not here.
It's literally on the map.
Oh, it's over here.
Bro is so shaded of gray that he can't even see himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Cooked. We had some things we had to talk to first, I remember. But I don't remember what.
I
If you don't remember.
No. We had some complaints for him, but or for them, but I don't remember what it was.
Must not have been very important then, you know.
I mean, most of the complaints I've had so far are like matters of life and death, I'm afraid.
Whatever I just said, which is must not have been very important, still counts. My opinion hasn't changed.
Unbelievable.
You better believe it.
I don't. I disbelieve it, and because I'm an orc in disguise, it stop existing.
No, you do you.
Thank you.
As for walking up the stairs, Victoria is like, actually, yeah, if you do use the boat, and that's kind of easier, can we just drop down some weight, and I can just go down with that? Then I'd only really have to swim on the way up.
You don't. I'll try trace a rune under your feet, and then you'll just float up.
Uh, he looks at you. He's like, I mean, doesn't. Okay, can you walk me through how that particular magic actually works, or?
First, put runes under your feet. You can walk on water. You put a weight around you. Go down. You grab the thing. Pull off the weight. You float up.
Totally normal. He does it every night. No worries.
Right.
How could you not believe that adorable face?
Oh,
Eyes are yours.
I'm just feeling a little bit off. It's fine.
That makes sense. I saw your skin dissipate and like the moisture in your body leave you when you touch that thing.
Yeah,
So
I don't need to be reminded. Thank you.
probably, I guess, I suppose, something you need to know. Well, let's get this gem thing done so we can, I guess, get this over with.
yeah. Also, out of character isn't what's it called? With water walk, getting carried to the surface of the water. Isn't that just upon casting? If the
Nope.
creature is
It's
submerged.
permanent
always,
until
yeah.
the spell is dispelled. If you are underneath liquid, you move up 60 feet towards the surface.
He's always.
I see. I thought it was only when you cast.
That's actually, that might, I mean, I'll look it up. Let's see.
Yeah, it's mostly because of how it's worded.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question.
Pardon me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you need help with the wording?
Yeah, I think so, because Ferris pointed out that the wording of Water Walk says that if you target a creature submerged in liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round. So we need to know if that's a thing that happens just
Only
when you
when
are
cast it.
submerged, or
Yeah.
only when you cast the spell.
It's mostly the when you target thing on that is telling me like, oh, so it's only when you cast it.
I mean, you're going to walk on its surface. You cannot walk on its surface if you're below the fucking liquid.
Yeah, what we're wondering is if I cast a spell on Vittorio, I put weights on him and I make him sink down into the water.
You
then he pulls.
can't.
I mean, yeah, the spell doesn't stop you from going in the water.
No, but the weights.
Putting weight, like, what is the weights thing? The spell doesn't know if you are a 50-pound creature or a 500-pound creature. You just walk on the surface.
That is
Yeah,
true.
true, but the spell doesn't impede you to go under the water.
The spell
It
stops you
does.
from going under the water. It says harmless ground. It would be as if you're making Vittorio no clip through the floor of like a building
Now,
just
I
by
know
putting
that
weights on him.
I know this sounds ridiculous, but that I want to see.
Stop. He turned for all intents and purposes. The water is solid ground for Vittorio if he has a spell on him. You cannot make him go into the water by putting more weight on him or pushing him under.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is
I'm
just
reading
floor.
that you can, but that's fair if you rule it that way.
Where do you read that? It doesn't say that in the spell.
Raw, let's see. I can pull out what I
It
saw.
grants the ability to move across any liquid surface as if it were harmless, solid ground.
Yeah, you can move across the liquid surface. It doesn't turn liquids into harmless solid ground.
But also, it will always eject you straight up.
Yeah, but that's the question that we have. If the second part of the spell works all the time, only on the cast of the spell.
Yeah, you're not gonna like the spell wouldn't be able to function if it's underwater.
I mean, it would. But
No, it
then,
wouldn't.
Fine.
Oh wait, so you're talking about if your target creature is submerged in a liquid. So if you notice the word submerged, not is submerged, this means that at any point they would go under the water, they would shoot up at a rate of 60 feet per round. Just to clarify it for all of us.
But that's what I'm wondering, right? Because you're not targeting someone once you've
No,
already
no,
cast
no,
the
no.
spell.
If your target, if your
If you
target,
target.
oh, what the fuck? This is written. Just if you target a creature submerged in a liquid.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still the target of the spell. Like even if.
Yeah, but you're not targeting them. The targeting happens in the casting of the spell.
Yeah, but they're still targeted, right? They're
Yeah.
still, like.
If I cast the spell when Vittorio's underwater, then he floats up.
No, but
But if
even at like in half an hour point, they're still the target of that spell.
But I'm not targeting them. Says if the caster targets a creature submerged.
Oh, I'll look at Ember because I mean I don't. It's not up to me anyway.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for.
Because all I'm
Sage
reading
advice.
for the rest of it is the spell grants you the ability to move. It doesn't force you to do that, and it doesn't treat the liquid surface as like the surface doesn't become solid ground. You can walk on it as if it was solid ground, but it doesn't become one.
The spell has to extend, like the effect has to extend beyond the first casting because they go up at a rate of 60 feet per round. If it's only at casting, then they could never go higher than 60 feet. So what, after 60 feet you simply stop going up?
No, you don't. What the point is, if I cast Water Walk on someone, and then they go underwater, the spell wouldn't carry them up to the surface. It carries them up to the surface when I cast the spell and they're already below the water.
it also does specify that it grants the ability, so theoretically you can choose to not walk on the water. Just
Okay, but then they don't gain the ability in the first place. If you're not willing, then the spell just doesn't affect you.
No,
It's not I choose, like, I am not willing right now, but I will be in 5 seconds.
Yeah, it grants you the ability to move it. You can choose to use that ability at any time. You don't lose the ability because you don't use it.
What?
The spell grants you an ability, and you could choose to use the ability or not, but it doesn't disappear if you don't use it.
I'm not talking about whether you're not using it. I'm talking about whether what does or does not constitute as a willing creature.
I mean, a willing
If in
creature.
any spell in 5e, if a creature is unwilling, like
Ah.
the spell, the wording of unwilling being used to target creatures, you
Yeah.
simply cannot cast the spell on them.
Yeah,
The
but
end.
the point is, I cast the spell on a willing creature. The creature is willing, so it receives the ability to walk on water, and then it can choose not to use the ability that it has received by sinking instead of walking on water.
my
It's
brain
an
hurts.
ability.
My brain hurts so
I
much.
No.
would say that is not how that works.
I mean, having the ability does not force you to use it when it's applicable.
Yeah, it does. What?
No, it would say it must then.
It must what?
Walk on water.
Yeah. Having an
Yeah.
ability is by itself, the word means that you are able to, not that you are forced to.
Although I think it's pretty clear our DM intends it to work one way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, no,
yeah,
that's true. If that's how it works, then
I
that's how
don't
it
feel
works.
like it has much
Yeah.
of a point arguing.
I think the only way you could possibly interpret this, say that they could go underwater. Cool. You can go underwater as far as you can swim, and then immediately you will go up again because the spell makes you go up at 60 feet per freaking turn, which
If
none of
that's
you
how
can
you want to
outswim.
rule it, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I do, and I've stated as such.
Yeah,
That is
fine. That's okay.
All right. Very good.
very well. Then yeah,
Which means that
just
it's going to
need
be
some
up to
wits.
Vittorio's body power.
Indeed. That is fine.
I believe in Vittorio's body power.
That is mighty kind of you.
Don't disappoint me.
Yeah, I'll do my best to live up to that.
And you do it, Zarius.
No, I can't swim. That's why I don't do it.
Then do not speak of being a disappointment.
I
Sarius,
was making a joke.
Sarius, who right now
That's
is looking like Emperor Palpatine after the Jedi tried to like.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh,
He's method acting.
Yeah, he
no, I'm
sounds
not.
like it.
That hurts like a motherfucker. Oh, sorry. That was funny.
Really rough.
Oh crap.
Alright, now that the player behind Zarius has finished dying for the time being,
For now,
you guys go up.
Yeah.
we do.
Before you go down, you must go up.
Sink or swim. Swim or sink.
Tis the only way.
The only one.
Mm-mm. Delete that. Alright. Mm-mm. This is not at all what I asked for.
As such, you shall be executed.
They never asked
Not
for this.
quite.
Yeah.
Blessed be the kind DM soul for not executing us.
Yeah.
Yes, what?
You said white.
No,
No,
I didn't.
Did you say wait?
No. I don't know what I said, but it definitely wasn't white.
Okay, I was like, yes, hello, I'm here.
It was something. I don't remember what it was, but probably right.
yeah. Good.
Okay, right.
Yes, right. Definitely not just trying to make you feel like you're crazy.
Crazy.
I was crazy once.
That's crazy ones.
They locked me in a lich's tower.
Lich's tower with rats.
Correct.
The rats pretended to be angels. The angels might be
Right.
crazy.
Crazy.
Mm-mm-mm.
I have one spell slot left, by the way, guys.
That's okay.
Perfect.
I've been very sparing with them, so I still got a decent chunk.
Still enough to kick this lich's ass, but you know, just you know,
Just funny.
yeah, tuning you in.
Mm. That is you. That is you. That is Tokas. There you go. 4 people on the map. The top part, not the bottom one.
Bottom text.
Lameo bottom text.
What the fuck is this dude? Bozo. Crowley, get over here.
Bozo.
The mental image of Lord walking at a rapid pace through this tower and it's like, where is this guy? Bozo!
That ass. You return to the top floor of Faust's lighthouse, which is almost cozy in some places if you squint your eyes, like, very much. The hallways are lit by these strange lamps that somehow provide the light to see, but do cast everything in a very strange, washed out color. The floors are made of a dark, sleek, laminated wood with patterns woven into its very wood grain. And there is a little statue that you pass by in the hallway again. A tall, slender, skeletal warrior clad in armor standing guard. Its empty sockets follow you as you pass by. They have one of their hands hovering over a sword on their hip as if at any point they might come to life with a jolt.
How big is the statue?
Bigger than you.
It's standing on like a plinth, like a stone plinth,
Mhm.
which makes it a little bit taller than you are.
I see. Makes sense. Is its other hand holding one of those flowers, by the way? Or is this not the statue?
That is a statue, yes, and it is indeed holding one of the flowers, although this one is a more like pink hue to it than a blue one.
Interesting. Right, I remember one of my questions. One of my questions was indeed about the flower. But that can wait until we're done with this. I'm sure Faust will acquiesce.
Mm-hmm.
She says, sounding like that's totally gonna happen.
Lawrence begins scouring the entire top floor of the tower, scuttling from left to right. Where is he?
Hey, no, I was collecting my baby.
Maybe.
I look around. I look across the room, scanning if anything of interest.
Oh, Victoria peeks his head in. He's like, "Oh, good. I guess we found you."
Yes. Enter.
Victoria heads on inside.
Yeah.
Right. I guess we're halfway done. We ran into your tentacly pet. Uh, he's fine.
We killed him. Okay.
He's fine. Gave him some. I guess I gave him some food to calm him down. He had taken one of the parts of the machine, crystal thing. It's back in place. He looks over at.
Of course you would have.
Yeah. But yeah, the Talechasers managed to put it back in place. And we spotted what we think is, I guess, the last piece. It's on the bottom of the reef. So we're just gonna head outside, take our boat, or not, not the big ship, our small fucking rowboat, over and head down and try and retrieve it.
Post. Like looks at you, Vittorio. Maybe if they had actual muscles left in their face, they might be raising a brow or something. But instead, they kind of just seem to be staring at you for maybe a good 5 seconds before they open their mouth again.
Oh,
It is very endearing that you would come and report to me as though I were some sort of commander.
oh well. I mean, I figured that if we left the tower, you'd probably just he does he does the exact motion Faust did when he removed Vincent's mouth. He just does that. Uh, so I just figured it was best to just let you know before we step on outside.
Post. They peel their eye sockets away from you and look back down at a small journal on their desk. And they begin to scribble down into it again as they had likely been doing before you got here. You see an open quill, an open ink bottle, and a stained quill in their hand. This room, you note, looks identical to the one on the lower floor, although this one is decidedly not a mess.
It's good that it's not a mess.
It's not a mess, no. I am not concerned about you leaving. I know your type.
That being
You wouldn't risk the lives of all of those people drawing my ire.
Uh-huh. Right.
Even if your companion, who I do not see at this point in time, I can only envision him moping right outside this door with his little arms crossed. Calls me nothing more than a cantrip slinging skeleton. He would not risk finding out what more I could do.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, funniest fucking shit I've heard all day.
It's a little bit funny. Victoria's like, it's just like, mm-hmm. Right. Well, we're gonna go get the little magical gem now. I don't suppose you want to tell us if there's any nice uh beasties swimming around in this reef? Would be good to know.
Plenty, plenty, plenty of pests right outside these walls.
Plenty of pests. None of them are your pets, I take it.
None that I'm aware of.
Okay, that's good.
But what can I say with the incessant scratching of millions upon my skull day in, day out? One of them might not be the dead, but rather just a beast trying to climb back into its home.
Oh yeah, I stole this guy's home. My bad.
Doris kind of raises an eyebrow. Like, all right. Well, I guess we should get on with it.
You need me to dismiss you?
Doris already moving.
Hmm. I look up this cantrip slinging skeleton. I look at the bed.
There is a bed there. It has the same it has the exact same what you call it? Tapestry. Like this the exact same tapestry is hung over the bed, which again looks made as if no one has slept in it.
Makes
I
sense.
look at this cantrip slinging skeleton.
At one point you start wondering, is that a slur?
Open brackets, derogatory, close brackets. I leave.
Toast pays you no mind.
Wait, I stop halfway at the door. I'm looking for a house for a creature I have. Do you happen to know one? Where I could get one? It has to be like a good house. Pays me no mind. I leave.
How dare you ask
As
me?
you step out the door, host's penmanship does not stop scribbling. across the paper. They don't stir from their place or turn to look at you, but you hear their voice sneering nonetheless. Do people oft confuse you for a trash man as well?
What did
Do
he
all
say?
realtors wear the robes of a mage where you come from?
I would have thought that those who walk amongst the dead would best know how to cater for the dead. Unless we'll pull out an oobling little baby.
There's a soft click as Faust's head turns ever so much, and you catch the glint of the candlelight gliding over the Ethereum in their eye socket.
Is Crowley in his bug form, or is he like, or has that form like wearing out now? It's been like a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Is it Oobler then?
Oogly form.
He lost like a couple legs along the way, so it's not so great anymore. He did
Damn,
really like it though.
Did, yeah. Trying to find him a home that, makes him happy. And while I am no trash man, I do know somebody who seems to have a lot of stuff, many of which they have scattered about this massive tower that goes, I don't know, however deep, and have accumulated over however many years, decades, centuries, eons. How long it has been. But nevertheless, I ask. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. I'll find another way. I thought you might have some insight.
I do. Says Faust as they turn back to their work and they begin to scribble something down.
Cast Deadman's eye on him. Pluck out that knowledge.
Clock him over the head.
If only you could pluck out the knowledge, but it doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
It's preterism that you're looking for, and it will require you to eat Faust's head.
I know a guy who can do that.
Crunchy.
That's a very
Like-
crunchy one indeed.
Yeah, it's like croutons. Very hard tortilla chips.
My favorite way.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Alright.
Now it's time for us to say good luck, Vittorio. See you next time. See you next life. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Avatar is like, at this point, I want to say, almost at the bottom of the rope attached to the window we climbed in.
Alright. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Well, are we down or are we
Vittorio.
gonna wake up? Are we gonna wait up for Vittorio?
Are you telling me that you're not even gonna get in the boat and row to the location with him? That
Nah, fuck you, die. No, I'm kidding.
Trash. Ugh.
Fuck to you. No, I'll begrudgingly go there with you. And I'm not saying begrudgingly because I hate you. I'm saying begrudgingly because I hate the water. I don't shower. No, I'm kidding.
Good thing it's not water.
I
Don't
hate
worry, the
any
water
liquid.
doesn't like you either, considering the checks that you've made regarding it so far.
Whoa, whoa! The water responded to me singing. They're like, "Ew, let me get away from it." Disgusting.
Yeah. Pile
Disgusting
that up with all the
mutant.
nat ones you rolled in regards to it.
No, what do you mean? That was not with manipulating the water, the
I
liquid.
didn't say that. That was
Oh.
reading it out, which you failed at.
Oh, yeah,
Like
fair.
5 out of 6 times.
Fair, fair. My life's a failure.
Not fast, friends. That's okay, Zarius.
That's just
all
the
make
destiny
mistakes.
for some of us.
Not all of us were made for this, Alright.
Don't worry, Zarius. You're just a failure, bro.
Now then, is everyone present?
Hey, I am here, barely mentally, but I'm here.
I am present.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, everyone else is.
I assume White is present because he made
Yeah,
his
yeah.
token. Yeah. I don't know about Gabe or if he's having dinner.
Said he was back. 20
He-
minutes ago.
He might have forgotten that he is muted.
We are waiting his voice. Why does it feel like he left us?
Like a spirit is still here.
I think I can hear him. Ember. Echoing through eternity.
I guess he is not here.
Ripperino.
Or for this,
All
we
right.
shall execute him.
Then it's just gonna be us.
All right,
Let's see,
well, we
first
got
floor.
this. I'm sure we got this.
All right. The party clambers back out of the tower and into the little folding boat. Which size do you make it?
So,
And the man of the hour is back.
what was that?
I imagine we're gonna make it the size so that we can comfortably fit in it, but not much larger,
Make the
right?
smaller size, yeah, the rowboat. We don't need to make a sailboat for 15 people, sadly.
Yeah, it's
Unless-
a bit unnecessary.
Unless 4 or 5 of us feel particularly excited about rowing, in which case, knock yourself out.
In which case, I'll not participate. But you guys do you.
Yeah, I mean, you want me to row with 7 strength?
Yes.
Brother.
So what I'm hearing is that these lovely companions of Vittorio, deadass, have him row out in the boat,
I'm
His own
helping
death.
you.
It's like digging your own grave.
and
I'm
then
helping you, bro.
he has to dive down.
But
Like-
also, I have 7 strength right now, so
I'm
I'm
hella
doing the best.
inspired by Zari saying, no, die scum, like earlier on, you fucking crack. I was hanging out close, and they're like, oh, well, something fell off the ledge now. That's okay.
Guess he's dead.
No, my clothing fell downstairs. Still laugh too much.
Yeah.
It was cooked. That was funny as well.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we can make it either small or big.
I'd say small. There's no need
Yeah,
for us
there's
to
no
be
reason to
big.
make it bigger.
Small it is.
Your safety and size, but I understand. You'll make a little rowboat.
Great.
There's no
Now I feel
safety in having a
now I
bigger
no
boat.
longer feel any at all confident in my situation.
In the boat.
You make a boat that could fit exactly inside the mouth of a megalodon.
Nice.
Fantastic. We can study it from the inside.
Exactly. And you sail out back into the reef.
Very understandable.
In the distance, your boat is still anchored. You see people chipping away at the reefs around it. They've already made a good deal of progress. You see chunks of material having been thrown out, and like some of it floats atop the ether.
I like
Okay.
'em big. I like 'em chunky.
Some of your crew
Okay.
waves as they see you, but then they also see that you don't actually come back all the way. You simply stop your boat again, not too far from the tower.
Yeah. And Victoria is going to start taking off some gear, some clothes.
With his furry little legs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the
You
fucking
just have to remind
my bare feet. Like it's not even the legs; it's just the fucking feet.
No, it's the whole.
No,
it's the whole leg.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, be like, I could not remind you. Like that's a choice I
Why
theoretically
would I not?
could make.
It's so funny.
But fuck you. That's what.
Why would I not remind him of his bare feet
Yeah, that's
anytime I
true.
can?
The bare
That's
feet were not the worst part, to be honest. They gave him like quite a bit of speed.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is
thinking
true.
of going to the mutation department as well. It's honestly been quite a fucking ride for him. Sword arms, fucking kill you with my eyes. Like, I don't know. I ain't seeing anything bad here.
And
Ain't
he just
seeing
keeps
anything bad.
complaining for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally. There's like,
Having-
oh no, my hands are sweaty. What do you mean? Just fucking slap someone, they get greased on the spot.
Yeah, and having like your clothing and shit fused to your body while you sleep. That's really nice.
It's not even
Well,
bad.
it's called cursed flesh metal for a reason.
It's not even bad if you consider that you've been put through torture since infanthood, which means that you're apathetic to anything that Chaos can throw at you, which is literally just, free real estate. Chaos like, haha, I give you a cool Vorpal sword, but also you look like a monster. The Witcher has been abused since 4. Do you think I care?
I love how Gabe's defense for you this being okay is, well, you already have trauma.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're already
There's only so
traumatized. It
much
can't get
trauma you
worse.
can fit in a person, right?
Yeah, that is very true. We'll see.
Right.
No, it's not.
I
We're
don't.
cooking
No,
here.
I don't think that's
disagree with these
true.
statements.
No,
I think it is.
That there's only so much trauma you can fit into a person. Yeah, I think I agree with that because
There
at
you
some
go.
point it's too much trauma.
Nah, wouldn't be.
Cooked.
Impossible.
Yeah, it'll be a good day when Vittorio just breaks and slaughters everyone around him. Yippee!
Honestly,
Uh,
Pog.
But until that day, Vittorio is he puts on the little flight goggles that Lawrence lent him. He takes out a pair of what's it called? The where are they? They were on my sheet. Yes, earplugs. Just gonna put them in. And I need to double check about this thing in particular. Why is this not working? Alright, I'll just reopen my sheet. Nah, I don't think I need to use that fish plush. That's fine. And then he'll just try and take some things he can plug his nose with.
All right.
Be back.
And in terms of gear, I think the only thing he's really bringing with him is the like crossbow harpoon rifle, and I don't know, fucking dagger or something. Sure. Yeah,
I will
well,
give you a guidance.
a guidance. Very well, thank you. I'll bring the. Actually, no, we don't have the obsidian dagger anymore. I don't think. Actually, no, never mind. We do. I was mixing it up.
Exploded.
Sorry, it's immune to magic, so when we gated into the ethereal
We can't go
expanse,
into the
it
gate.
flopped. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So is the 450 pounds of obsidian barding that I dismantled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
exploded upon contact with the
Yeah,
pole. So
it's so strange. But yeah, I'll bring the obsidian dagger and the harpoon rifle, and yeah, he's like, right, yeah, no, I'm sure this will be fantastic. I don't. He looks at everyone. I don't even think we have 300 feet of rope. So, yeah, that's a bit of a moot point.
300.
Afraid not.
Hmm. Okay, yes, Amber, 300.
Yeah, I was just wondering what you needed 300 feet of rope for, but I understand.
Yeah.
Is the thing not 300 feet down?
No, I did not say that.
There. How far is it?
Oh, right. Yes, that's
It's
true.
300 feet away from the tower, but
Yeah.
again, the reef is only
40 feet. Fair.
Okay.
50 feet below the surface. Yeah.
Very well. Then that is fine. Then I'll just grab like I want to say tied together 60 feet of rope.
Yeah.
And then I'll dive in.
I want you to know, by the way, your boat does not remain where it is by itself.
Yeah, that is up to
Unless you guys, anchor, the boat is just going to keep on drifting because the water is too choppy here.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if it have something to anchor it with, then why not?
Yeah, what are you gonna anchor it with? It's a rowboat. It doesn't come with an anchor.
Damn, it's magical and it doesn't come with an anchor. I'm gonna write a sternly worded letter to the
No, it's a
creator.
rowboat. Rowboats don't come with anchors.
I don't care. It's a magical rowboat.
Okay, well, take it up with someone else who's not me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna write a sternly worded letter to the creator, like the wizard that made this magic
Robots.
item.
Very good. I'm afraid he's been dead for a long time, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's true.
Vittorio's worst enemy, the Robot Federation.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Excellent.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually have anything to anchor it with. So
I doubt it. We don't have a big weight.
No, we'll just
No.
row
No.
and keep the boat in place.
yeah, you're three relatively strengthy characters.
Yeah,
Two of us
Vincent
have
has
7
50
strength as of this moment.
10 strength in total.
Vincent is like 50
Yeah.
strength.
So
You're right.
if two of you have 7 right now, you take one side each. So
That's how it works.
you get an average.
I hate
This
this.
is terrible.
It's terrible indeed. It's okay. Vittorio believes in his friends. And yeah, he's gonna dive down.
All right, from you, Vittorio, I'm going to need a swimming check from your party. I'm going to need exert.
Can I do a
Labor.
Constitution exert?
It's actually laboring.
Oh, can I make a Constitution labor? Oh wait, it's already Constitution. Oh, that's not horrendous.
That's good. I am gonna use a inspiration on the swimming check.
Mm-hmm. As Vittorio, you look down into the aether. Its choppy waters swirling with dazzling colors. You don't see the gem here. You don't even see the reef itself. You just see those streams of cyan, of pink, of yellow. Dark at the surface, but then somehow bright below. Your party begins the arduous task of keeping this boat in the same place, as the angry aether seeks to dislodge it from its place.
I said left. I said left.
As you, Vittorio, jump into the water.
That I do. You know, if not for the bare legs, it would probably be a pretty nice, like almost swan dive. But you know,
Get in the water.
preferably not.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Vittorio, swimming in aether is... It is a strange sensation. It is mostly like water. It feels like water against your skin. But there is, at the same time, a sort of weightlessness and a heft that shouldn't exist in the same place at the same time. It is something crushing down on you from all sides. But also carrying you. And allowing you to slice through it as though you were someone pushing through a crowd. And you managed to push hard enough to get them to part. You get further and further down. And a blurry sort of landscape very quickly begins to take shape as you get beyond the initial, almost darker streaks of color near the surface that enter into the sort of lighter area. It doesn't have any source that you can see. And still, the world is no longer just muted gray, but instead, your dark vision is almost a myriad of colors, as though everything in one place is shaded blue, while in another place it is all shaded in pink. Even your own body, as you look at it, continuously shifts in color as different streams of liquid aether shift past you. It is entirely disorienting. But mesmerizing at the same time. And that is when you see a bright little light, brighter than any of the diffuse streams of aether, perched upon a rocky shelf in a reef. There are a couple of plants nearby. Maybe some form of ethereal anemones or other corals. Some of them swaying, others shifting in and out, growing larger and then smaller again, as though they were breathing. While others yet again simply look like strange structures. Towering pillars, little blobs that look more like brains. Or even flowers. You descend further and further down. And the closer you get to the gemstone, you're certain now that it is the gemstone. You can see its gleaming surface. The more you start to notice that there are some things moving around it that aren't just corals.
Can I make out some shapes, maybe?
Yes, you can. Make me a little, Yeah, make me a wisdom check.
Oh, just straight up wisdom?
Yeah, for now.
Holy shit. That's, 22.
Not 20.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
What, do you have a problem with Alice? What?
No, not necessarily.
I have a problem with whether the fuck that breathing noise was.
There's no breathing noise. That was just Vittorio, like, rolling a nat 20.
Oh, that
Oh.
terrified me.
Hmm. Vittorio, although somewhat swaying like a plant would, these are definitely not plants, and you quickly identify them. Alice, play your music already.
Oh, she's not playing yet.
He
You don't
refuses.
accept that she's...
Do not accept the cheese.
Give me a second.
What has befallen poor Alestina, the bot?
She's not outputting the sound.
How dare she?
She normally would, right? So, like, why is she not doing it now?
I don't know.
Disconnect her. Restart your application.
Application restart.
I might need to update her because she's not outputting anything, which might mean that she is literally just
Unfortunate.
unable right now to do what she's supposed to do. Nope, I don't hear anything.
No.
Neither do I.
Alright, then we'll do it another way. That's fine.
We're doing it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Then we'll just need a moment.
That is A-OK.
A moment of your time.
That's fine. I can just look at the nat 20 I rolled and be happy.
Realize this is the last nut.
Yeah, I was about to say. Last nat 20 I'll ever roll with Vittorio.
That'd be kind of sad, I'll be very honest.
Hmm.
Do ba do 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 ba do do.
Doobie-doobie-doo, up,
Wait, will we get
doobie-doo-doo
copyright
up.
strike if I keep singing this?
Yes.
Okay.
No more
Yeah.
than I'm
Oh.
about to get copyright struck, so it's okay.
Speaking of copyright struck, I just remembered it now. I was watching some Smosh videos the other day, and they did the Dune scream.
Mm-hmm.
They had to put something else over it because, and I quote, "It was too perfect," and they would have gotten copyright.
So sad.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
All right. Vittorio.
Yes, I'm ready.
You see them waving like little flowers in the wind just outside, actually just within the confines of the light. Their little clickety-clackety bodies.
Oh, I see.
What do you do?
Well, I don't have any meat on me. But are there any little ethereal fishies around I can see?
Oh no.
Yeah, there's some other wildlife around.
Can I try and try and harpoon a a pretty normal sized fish if I see one? That's not too far away.
Harpoon with what?
I said I did bring my harpoon rifle.
Entire steam-powered harpoon rifle?
Yes.
Okay, noted.
Yeah, that and
You can make an attempt.
obsidian, the dagger. Yeah, okay, I can make an attempt.
I don't remember the steam-powered harpoon rifle.
As far as I remember, at least.
Weapons that deal piercing damage don't suffer penalties. Anyways, I believe. I think the only problem is that
It's essentially the only ranged weapon that you can use.
Mhm.
Underwater.
I will attempt to hit the fish. That is a 9. I do not hit a fish.
They're too small, Vittorio. They're getting away from you.
Yeah.
You instead impact the coral. Your rope kind of like unfurls as it does so. So the
Yeah,
little crabs look at you. They keep waving their little hands.
I'm sure they do.
All you can see is these little hands.
I'll
It's like they're
retract-
waving at you like, hey, what's up?
I'll
That
retract-
body.
I'll retract the rope and I guess against my better judgment, try and get a bit closer instead without
Mhm.
a snack as an offering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that they just keep waving their hands.
They're still waving at you. Like all of them just
Yeah.
wave.
Is it only these 4 or are there like a lot more of them?
You just see these 4 like
Okay.
waving at you.
Yeah, and you said that the light, the gem, it was sat atop a stone.
It is perched on like this, like maybe 10 by 5 foot, like little platform that is covered in like barnacles and corals, and it's like perfectly perched upon a piece of coral.
Okay. Yes, doesn't look like. It's like in the middle of like a clam or something.
No, you don't see the top of a clamshell anywhere.
No, okay, that's good. I don't think Victoria has a lot of options here.
Vibe with the crabs.
Vibe with the crabs. He could try and vibe with the crabs. That is true. He's gonna get a little bit closer. Damn, I'm now within the light radius of this thing. Oh!
No.
Yeah. It's fucking happening. Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You roll
Let me
the
just
dice.
double check something.
I don't need to explain myself.
Well, I don't need to. I don't need to explain anything.
That's
The
a lot.
DM.
That's a lot of that.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Alright, well, when he's this close, you know what? I'm just gonna try and go for a swoop and grab.
We're gonna roll for initiative as you
Yeah.
try to snag the thing.
Yeah,
See who's quicker.
I figured as much. Hi, buddy.
As a platform
Yeah.
that is 10 by 5 is not just a platform.
Makes sense. I am going to expend a vigor.
Shiver me timbers, say the little fiddler crabs. If only we hadn't been so busy waving at you to keep you distracted from the other crab.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Chemoreceptors.
Let's see, where did my thing go?
Crabble.
Cat. It's this one. Nice. I had a 6 to my initiative. Very nice.
Woo.
So situational bonus is a 6. Nah. I feel like I should. I'll use some inspiration on this. I can maybe potentially beat them out on initiative. And that's me out of inspirations. Holy shit, that's terrible. That's 2 4s.
It is terrible.
Wait, did it actually include my... Yeah, it did. That's terrible.
Fiddler crab number 1, as we start initiative, is
Yeah.
waving his little hand.
I'm sure he is.
That's
Oh.
what he does.
Yeah. I'd also like to say when I enter initiative, I will decide to I don't know how you dance underwater, but yeah, sure, I'll jiggle underwater to gain 5 feet extra movement.
You jiggle. It is your turn.
It is my turn. Is the gem like on top of this big boy, or is it now beneath him?
It's on top of its head.
Okay. I will.
That big, brilliant, shiny head you see.
Yeah. I will attempt to swoop down and grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Move out of its range as well. I'm just double checking if I have something I can use here.
I sure hope you have something, because you're going to need to take something that is worn or carried by a crab.
Oh, it's worn or carried. I
Yeah,
see.
like a little hat.
I see.
Oh no, does it look like a weird Confederate little hat? Or is that...
Stop.
Damn, crossover. Let's see. Dexterity. No, that's a saving throw. Nope, that's combat. Oh, I don't have anything I can add to sleight of hand. Well, it's not called sleight of hand anymore, but I see. Yeah, I don't have anything I can add to that. So, but yeah, I'll try and swoop down, grab it. So I to check then.
Disarm.
You know, you're not wrong. I don't think. Actually, do I have disarm?
An attack roll contested by.
Contested.
By the crab.
Yeah, sure thing. We can do that.
You say as if you have a choice.
Yeah, I don't have
Go
much
ahead.
of a choice. Very well.
Roll.
I shall roll. Here is my dagger.
You're gonna use a dagger to disarm him?
Well, no, but well, I guess it's
Okay.
just a strength roll then. Oh. 14. If it's an attack roll, it's plus an additional 3.
It's an attack roll.
Yeah. Then it is a 17 in total with my proficiency.
Alright, let's see how good crabs are.
I guess I'll move myself here because I would be swooping down.
You swoop down.
Hmm.
The crab's claw clenches around the gem. It grabs a hold of it, but you push your dagger into the joint of its claw and kind of like wrench it free. And the crab momentarily opens its claw enough for you to pull the gem free.
Most excellent. I pull it free. I just, with the pretty swift motion, I'll put it into a pouch on my belt. And then I'll kick off from the crab with my bare legs. And yeah, I'll kick off and try and start swimming upwards. I will presumably be taking an attack of opportunity.
The crab will swing at you.
AC.
Do, 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 do,
I was
do.
trying to check if... Always forget if this does anything else. Why can't I output it?
I don't want to roll an encounter, thank you. It's not important right now.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's only the first 5 feet. Oh, my movement. This is...
It's very strange. Okay. Peculiar.
Yeah, picking on it.
Oh, there we go. This one's for you, Vittorio. 17.
Yeah, meets it, sadly. Ow, actually, I do have my react. And I do have a dagger. I'm gonna try and parry. Which is... Oh, no, that doesn't actually add to my AC. I'm stupid. I will not parry. I will, in fact, instead... Where is it? Where is it? I'm sorry, I'm having to look in the in all the maneuvers that I do not have on my sheet because I don't use them that often. Is it here? Ah, there we go. I'll expend 2 vigor die. Oh, this might backfire, but we'll see. 2 vigor die to use a Quen block, which does the. So I gain my proficiency bonus to my AC, so it does not hit. And oh well, it doesn't hit me, so the second part doesn't happen. It doesn't take any damage, and there is no explosion of force. There might still be an explosion.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
you do use Quen block. You throw the sign. You do your little somatic component, so to say, and there is indeed a like hissing all around you as some of the aether begins to some of the aether begins to vaporize around you, and a whole screen of heated bubbles envelops you and then begins to like bubble up towards the surface. The whole ocean floor becomes heavily obscured.
This is all according to plan. And I will continue. I should have. Well, it's swimming, so it's half movement. I used 5 to go in, 5 to go out. I can move an additional 10 feet this turn.
Do you have more movement speed?
I have 40, but since it's swimming, half.
I understand.
And then, hopefully next turn I can dash. But we shall see. But that is Vittorio, as he does all of this in pretty quick succession. And now everything is heavily obscured. And people up top can see, I guess, I don't know, bubbles.
I think the point was that we can see nothing.
Yeah,
because it's
exactly.
heavily obscured.
The rest of the party just sees a like series of bubbles arrive next round. Like there's a lot of them.
I'll move myself here, but I have moved 10, 15 feet.
One of the little
upwards.
crabs tries to chase after you. It goes. It scuttles after you at top speeds.
They are pretty good swimmers, surprisingly.
It makes a claw attack.
Ah.
It rolls an 11. I don't know why it keeps going to private when I'm asking it to roll publicly.
Yeah, an 11 does not hit. It probably accidentally swiped at me with its little wavy hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the big boy.
The big boy. Goes from -50. No, we're gonna just not do that. We're not gonna say -50. We're gonna go say 0 because -50 big problemo. We're just gonna put 50 there. There you go. Got 50 feet. And then he swims up. What is it?
No, that's what I was trying to do. Actually, no. Yes, 30. I think you're right.
The big guy gives chase. Some of the other ones, like, scuttle behind, grabbing their various affairs, which is some other shiny shit that they found on the ocean floor.
Oh, this is so sad. I could have been, greedy and taken everything.
You could have taken everything, yes.
Yeah,
Except now you just have crab after you.
that's true.
Big crab chases you. Big crab comes up to you, and big crab make claw attack. Snip.
That
Snap.
misses both of them as they just snippety snap to the side of me.
With how like powerfully this thing is like snapping its claws like shut, you can audibly hear the like crack of it through the water.
Ugh. I hate.
These little crabs were too small and too slow. Too bad for them. This one though is not so stupid. It will be a brave little crab and ascend towards the heavens with the other crabs as it climbs on top of the huge crab.
Holy shit!
It's gonna kill you, Vittorio.
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but yeah, it might.
It
we
then
incorporate-
takes the help action.
No.
We incorporate Pathfinder rules. He's gonna coup de grace you.
Vittorio.
Oh boy. Okay. Sure. Vittorio is going to get out of there with a dash, so I can move to the surface of the water. Unless, of course, I get grabbed.
Imagine.
Yeah, imagine I'll be moving out of range.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you try to do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do. Oh fuck. Yeah, there's
The crab snap.
I hate that. Oh, actually, no. It doesn't because the first reach, I guess, maybe. But because of this, then first 5 feet of movement, I don't provoke opportunity attack.
Can you see on the crab thing?
If I can see on the crab thing?
Yeah, you can use.
Has a reach of
like
15 feet.
that's 15 feet of reach.
Oh,
so
okay. Oh.
it's only when you get 15 feet out of its reach that it will provoke attack of opportunity.
That's fair. Then it does indeed grab me.
But you do go higher up.
Yeah. I am
15 more feet.
15, and then I'm grabbed.
Party, you see more bubbles at the surface.
Yeah, this is problematic.
He's probably fine, right? No.
You see some shapes moving below the aether, like frantically.
He just kind of just looks at the rest and like, is he good?
Probably running out of breath. We'll be up soon.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Vittorio wouldn't be this careless unless it was needed. He's making a lot of movement.
Aren't there like giant waves underneath us?
That's a choppy waves, yeah.
I feel.
Well,
You'll never know. It's at the bottom of the ocean. I'm sure that if he has a problem, he'll likely contact us.
I believe Vittorio.
No, if he says something, he'll be out of breath. Why would he lose his breath?
He will need to use all of his breath. A sound is fine.
anyway, Vittorio.
I hold my thing to the close. It's
It's
like,
your
Vittorio,
turn.
you okay?
Vittorio,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Oh, he's doing great.
I'm glad.
Yeah. I mean, I still have an action because I didn't get further than 15 feet.
Yeah, you do.
What did it say? It is escape DC 16. Yeah, I'll try and break free.
Okay, go ahead.
Trying to get this dagger in between the joint precisely where it's snapped shut. Let's see. Exert. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Me looking at my skill list. Intelligence, athletics. Oh, okay. Exert, exert. There you go. 24.
Yeah, you break free.
I do indeed. I would like to move 5 feet more and then action search and just fucking beeline straight towards the rowboat.
All right. Output and go ahead.
Yeah.
Party,
Action.
Vittorio breaks the surface, like right next to you.
He was good. You're right, Togas.
There he is. Put a hand on his head. Guidance.
We worried for
Pull him out the
nothing.
water with my immense strength.
Yeah, like he just comes up and he's like, pull me in.
Yoink.
I don't need to overreact.
Hey. You don't know what he's been through.
We should row out of here. That's just a really big fucking crab.
Heard lots of weird tales about them. Maybe we should.
Yeah, let's
5 seconds later.
Rowing.
5 seconds later, this like platform with two little like bubbly eyes like pierces just over the surface of the waves. It glares at each of you.
Could I cast something?
Yeah, you may.
I'm not at it, but I will cast something very important. I will cast Speak with Animals.
Oh, you're gonna do that? Okay, I was gonna do something totally different. I was like, are we about to twin and do the exact same thing, Doris? And then I'm like, nah. I was gonna use Dragon's Roar.
Sure. Okay. Zaris, you cast Speak with Animals. What do you say?
As I do it, I was like, "Hi, friend. Anything wrong?"
The crab is like bubbling on the surface already. You... oh my lord.
Yeah, but what does the crab say? When it's little bubbling.
I'm curious to know what accent Amber's gonna pick for the crab as well.
I have an action pick for this crab already, by the way.
Oh, no.
Zarius, the crab is there, like, bubbling. You're weaving the spell together, and you begin to see these bubbles more as an amalgamation of little colors, and the way that they pop gives you... it conveys meaning to you.
What the fuck?
I love it.
I like. Azor just kind of looks as like, "Excuse me." Oh no! What have we gotten ourselves into? Wait. Maybe I got the solution. I look at it, and I start clapping my fingers as I will practice my other skilled language that isn't Speak with Animals. I will communicate in saltwater crab.
Return the stone!
It took the stone! I don't understand what you mean. I'm like, which stone? Is this him communicating? Is it communicating in my speak with animals or in my saltwater crab?
I think technically they're both just going through one another right now.
Okay.
When it hears you doing your little clicks, you see enormous fucking claws crest over the waves as they begin to click at you. Return the stone!
Oh,
I am going to sort of play as a dumb, like, which stone? I don't know what you mean.
Thieves and scoundrels!
I start clasping and it's like, the stone was already stolen in the first place. It belongs to the man in the tower.
He snips his finger and says, "Fuck the man in the tower!" God.
We can't do that. Blah, 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 blah.
The crab's eyes twitch. Make me a fast talking check to deceive the crab, Azorius.
I
don't know anything about any stone.
Well, I have a very important question, Amber.
Yes.
Is he impressed by my very recent facial scar?
The crab does sound more high pitched. It is frightened right now.
All right, then that's a +1.
Dang.
Do it.
No proficiency needed.
The crab is bubbling, frothing at the choppy surface of the waves that is bobbing up and down. It clicks its claws at you. Very well. I will find my stone.
I wish you a good searching. Blah, 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 blah,
The
I
crab
just-
goes below the surface, and then a few seconds later, it comes up over the surface again.
I look at it.
The claws come up above the surface again on both sides of its head as it snips at you. By the way, you are very well spoken for an outsider.
I start sniffing back. Thank you. I was taught by a great master, the master of the conch. However, I still say that word.
The conch.
Yes,
The crab
conch.
snips in wisdom.
I like to imagine that because the noise works anyway. And to everyone else, it also just sounds like.
Basically, yes.
And I just whisper to guys, row. We should row now. We should
It's
go.
yeah, totally, guys. He says he begins rowing by himself, making the boat only spin around in circles. The crab stares at you.
I will snap back and just be like, have a good search. We return. Having spoken to a mighty crab like yourself, we are honored.
its little eyes kind of like retract back into like towards its shell, and then like go back up again as though it just blinked.
Do a little thumbs up. I'm just like again looking at these people that are still not rowing as
Oh,
I
yeah,
turn
Vittorio is effectively lying on the floor of the rowboat as to not, have this crab see him. So
Tokas cannot use. Actually, wait, no. Tokas is stronger than Vittorio. I forgot. I can Tokas the other oar. They had an arm wrestling competition, remember?
that is true. He was pretty strong back then.
Yeah.
He's changed.
Hasn't been hitting the gym as much. Been overeating.
Too many sugars.
Yeah, sugary treats all the time with his halfling GF. Ugh.
Why do you hate his culture?
Didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
Lawrence
Very
is
well.
racist. You'll know.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Please behave yourself. What the hell?
They don't put
Vince
words
literally
in my
went and said, "I'm racist and I'm proud of it."
mouth. Whoa. Don't put words. What? Some of you guys just put words in my mouth. It's crazy.
Just Arius.
Just sorry.
It's because he's not been treated very well himself.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. While Zarius is talking to the crabs, I will then row us out of here.
You just see it was sorry, he's leaned back and like mouth, "Thank you."
The crab stares at you a little while longer. He doesn't like make any sound. He just stares. But he doesn't see Vittorio or the gem, so he goes to look for it elsewhere.
Yeah, they have not very great depth perception.
No, he's just a guy.
Yeah, just a guy.
Just a guy, trying to make a living for his kids. You see one of them climb on top of his back. It
She's
waves
orange.
at you.
I snap like, "Have a good time."
Darius, like, as it, like, waves at you, like, you see the other crab, like, less and less as though it's, like, fading out of existence. Like, the
Yeah.
waving is so much more interesting and more entrancing than everything else in the world around you, you know?
Fair, 100%.
You guys can make it out of here. Ending
We
the
made it
encounter with the
out.
crabs.
We have succeeded in our battle against the crabs.
Crab power. What's next for you?
I look at my hands. I never thought this would be useful. Honestly, just like
Vittorio like, sits up. Like, well, I suppose that being able to speak to things that live underwater is useful even here, even though it's not really water.
I look at you as like, I wish that was the answer, but I think the main reason I understood it is because I speak saltwater crab.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh,
It was
I
a
thought you,
crab.
yeah, I thought you meant the spell, but yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't know how to tell you this, Arius. Like, I don't really know what everyone's spells does. I know what like it looks like sometimes when you guys are casting a spell, but like I don't do them myself, so yeah. I just remembered, uh the whole conch thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
it's
weird.
super weird when people cast spells.
That's not really what I meant, but that's true, I suppose.
No, that's just my personal experience, which I'm augmenting with your own statement that you're saying.
I see.
I
Well,
see.
either way, good job on, I guess, de-escalate. No, he wouldn't say de-escalating. Good.
Lying to the crab.
Yeah, good job with, I guess, getting the crab to move off. All right. I need to just dry up, and then get my stuff, and then we can, go and plug this in. And he pulls out the little gem from his pouch.
Oh,
Oh
Just
no!
kidding.
Oh no! It was in fact a hermit crab. It was not a gem.
Oh nay.
My child.
just they're like, I lied to you. Blip, 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 blip.
Can you imagine? It's like, oh, and that's what it's called. Its child, because it's
Why is his name so long?
yeah.
Why is his name? Blip, 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 blip.
Says Uzaria Shalrun.
Shalrun.
True.
Getting the man's name directly. Cooked.
That was the joke.
Cooked.
Well, let's. Someone else can power it this time.
Yeah, maybe this time we'll need to, do all that thing.
Maybe. You can tell, really.
All right. You guys can return back up into the tower.
Yup.
Let's go.
Great, I love our local lich. Spells with a B.
Lich, spelled with a B, obviously.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know, trying to swim in that just feels weird. I know I've only done it like twice so far, but yeah.
Don't think it's gonna feel any better the next time over.
Well, no, I don't think so, but uh it's hard to describe.
No, I mean, we've all done it so far, so I don't think you really need to. You're swimming in a conscious mass of roiling magical liquid. It definitely doesn't feel like water.
Mm, oh,
We are so back.
I went upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Anything interesting in this room as we went to? I haven't really had a chance to look at it, but this looks like a map over here.
No, that's not a map, Lawrence.
What is
Some
that?
plants.
The room that you find yourself in has every single wall lined with what must be custom made furniture intended to get as much storage space out of like the super awkward shape that the room is. You see bottles and flasks of all different colors, of all different sizes and shapes. Some of them are labeled, others are not. They're all either sitting on counters or on top of shelves or in these like cross-shaped wine racks. And then the rest is boxes upon boxes of dried ingredients tucked beneath benches on top of the benches, inside of the benches in drawers. There are various sets of equipment like workstations for alchemy and herbalism. And there's also little like I guess ropes and hooks hanging from the ceiling with various parts of creatures. Crow's feet, spider legs, little critters. The thing that you see here appears to be 2 skinned animals and not a map. Although I suppose you could turn skinned animals into parchment.
Poor babies. Poor little guy.
Oh, sweet little thing. How could they ever do that to you?
And what's this over here? The thing in the middle, the big circle.
It appears to be the lighthouse part of the quote-unquote lighthouse. It is an enormous crystal set into an elevated pedestal, and every 30 or so seconds it almost blasts the room and also the area outside in a bath of violent light. Violet. It could be violent too, but it's violet mostly.
Which side it?
Violent night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I want to understand
Mm-hmm.
a bit more about it. Which side?
Which
14.
side?
Lawrence, you try to get a better sense for what this thing is and what it's supposed to do. But strangely, it's almost as though it is doing the same thing. The same way you allow magic to ebb and flow out of you. The same way that you send out these little signals that will then come back, as distorted, we'll just say like distorted radio waves, or the way bats echolocate. You get this information back to you. It's almost as though the thing is doing the exact same thing, and you're like ping back, and you're like, huh, but that's me. And then you're like, oh wait, I'm
Mhm.
feeling me for a moment.
I'm feeling myself.
We all do that every now and again.
Correct.
Okay.
In some way, it seems to focus power, but in other ways, yeah, I suppose focusing is just another way of being a conduit.
Hmm. All right. I'll put a drop of fentanyl in this soup before I leave, and then we'll head downstairs.
What do you mean this soup?
The soup over here.
What do you mean you put fent in it?
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
You do not have access to fentanyl.
Oh, nay.
Oh my god,
That's
I
what I
can't
thought.
poison the lich.
You can't poison the well.
Should have given the crap.
What?
No.
What did you
never
just
mind.
say?
I said nothing.
Should have
Welcome to
offered the crabs fentanyl, was Ferris's thought.
No.
It's not shiny
Welcome
enough.
to Ferris's Abuse Animals, the guide.
No, it's okay. It's been alive more than 15 minutes.
Goodness gracious, okay. You guys are heading downstairs?
Yeah,
Yes.
to put the thing
We're
in
on the top
place, I
floor,
think.
so.
Yeah. But I initially got kidnapped because I accidentally went to the staircase here.
Don't worry.
So have
Ferris
I.
ruined
Only that unlike you,
everything!
I can't get further down.
I know, that's because I moved you manually further down last time.
Yo.
Yeah.
Already stricken.
Let's go further down. Whee!
Oh, now Cyrus is kidnapped instead.
It's not, you don't have to go further down, don't worry.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I can just
Everyone.
talk about what happens.
Everyone's being consumed by the staircase.
What do you mean consumed? You just go to a different part of the map.
I know. I'm just trying to be fun.
I haven't kidnapped anyone. I didn't do anything to anyone. I'm just trying to
funny.
live my life, you know.
You're not funny.
Yeah.
Now Zarius.
Now me.
Tokas. You return down to the second floor. You see that some of the chunks of the frame have already slowly begun back to knit together, mending what cracks they had between them while you were gone.
Big.
Glad my soul can feel it a little bit.
Definitely. What would you like to do?
Probably slower than the rest. The other thing that remains, the empty slot.
Yeah.
Be my guest. Be my guest.
You don't have a boat I can be the guest of, I'm afraid.
Kind of.
A bowless.
I'm kind of wondering, like, so if we got the 2 gems that we can use then to repair those 2 parts of the tower that are broken, then our job was done then, right? Or do we
Yep.
have to go deeper?
No, there was no deeper.
Yeah, if we repair it, that's what we need to do. That's all, essentially. Or at least that's what we think is all.
Okay. Well,
Well, then I'll blast him.
Yeah, 2d6 from you too, Tokas.
Do I just roll 2d6?
Mm-hmm.
Right. 11.
The individual numbers matter. But I presume it was 5 and 6.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
assume
for
so.
numbers.
What a
Quite literally no other way.
What a good
Only
guess.
around.
I am
Actually,
literally mathematician.
7 and 4. That's the result.
Let me 7 and 4.
On 7d6.
He lies.
Define the laws of physics.
That's what this tower does, so, like, why not you?
True.
Well then.
Give me a little con save as well.
Okay.
What?
10.
Alright. You slot the battery back into place. This one gives a little bit of resistance as it sinks in, as though it doesn't quite fit the mold that it was meant to sit in, the fitting, any longer. It grinds against the stone with an uncomfortable sound. And then it clings to your fingers, as though they were magnetized for a moment. A battle of wills takes place. For you to let go. For it to stay with you. You will win it. But you do not win the subsequent grab it makes for just a little bit of you. As it takes a little bit of a sip from your wisdom and charisma.
There you go.
Before it finally Stays in its place, as it should.
I'm glad that was done.
With not a lot of fanfare or warning, pieces of rubble begin to roll across the ground. Some of them multiply in size quite dramatically as they pick up speed. But then just before they would impact the great big gaping hole of nothingness, they slow down and with a satisfying click, they return to their rightful place. Walls build themselves back up with neat little windows in them to look out of. Floors rebuild again by rolling up along those walls and reconstituting brick by brick a path to walk on. The only thing that doesn't fix itself is some of the smaller things in the interior. The skeletons remain fragmented on the ground, and the tapestries are still torn from where they were laid down, although you see now more than one of those little spindly-legged white guys milling across the ground, weaving together with their little armies. The cloth back into place. And before you know it, the ruins of the lower floors transform themselves into a pristine tower. You've succeeded.
Nice.
Nice. Big yippee.
Let's go back up.
Yeah, I guess it's time to
Get our reward and leave.
uh-huh.
Also, or just to hang around here for too long.
Oh no.
Do you have places to go?
Do we know where we're going? Yep, yeah, go ahead first.
And I was gonna just say, Amber, I take it that this funny little guy is actually here.
Yeah, you see a little guy.
Does he see me?
A sphere rolls into view, Vittorio. And within it, you see the outline of a creature. For a moment, the sphere comes to a stop. You see something like shift within it. And then it begins to roll in your direction.
No, I hate that. Victoria's like, okay, yeah, I really hope that thing, nope, it's gonna go this way.
It rolls past you at top speed and bounces off of the wall. Like kind of like ping pongs off of the other wall.
Yeah, he Just gonna yell towards the stairs. It's like, just watch out for the rolling ball of something.
Yoink.
Whatever could he be referring to?
That is what he's referring to. However, it's in a ball form.
Mm-hmm.
I will be. Oh, I see. A baby.
It's just a little bite. I do wonder.
The little thing in the hamster ball rolls up to Zarius and bumps into his leg.
Unbelievable.
Poor little guy.
I'm back.
Oh, there you go.
You got bumped
Yeah.
by a little
Yeah.
hamster creature that rolled into your leg.
Yeah, it's inside a little hamster ball.
Doing a little
Luckily,
hamster
else he
twirl.
would have stripped you of your flesh.
No, don't strip me of my flesh. What?
Yeah,
I need that.
gotta plead with it then.
Please cease.
What happens?
I'll
when-
sing Despacito if you don't stop.
What is Arius' reaction to getting his leg bumped into by this
Well,
little thing? In
like
a
I said,
hamster
I
ball?
was beer back. I'm very confused. What's happening?
You got bumped by a creature inside a hamster ball while we're going towards Fost to
Yeah.
claim our reward.
I'm gonna look down on it. How big is this hamster ball?
It's like small. It's like a small-sized hamster ball. The creature
will-
inside is like maybe the size of a chicken.
I'm gonna lean down. And what are you?
It stops moving and then like just plasters this multi-road like mouth of serrated teeth against the inside of the bowl.
I'm gonna look at it. I imagine you're not a normal thing. Can I make a check to see what this is?
Sure.
Mark knows what this is, but Zarius might not. What is what lore is it?
Yeah.
This thing, oh man, that's Aether Kindred.
Yeah.
12.
Alien.
Well, aren't you a cute little alien?
You've never seen a thing like this. I mean, it kind of looks like its back half looks kind of like a chicken, you know, after it's just been plucked. But then the front half is more like a lamprey, so it could be like a monstrosity, you know, like someone who had a
aren't you
really fucked
cute
up sense
little
of humor.
chicken?
It drools against the window.
All right, come with. We're gonna greet your master.
It rolls after you.
Let's go.
It patiently just walks after you every now and again because it only has 2 legs to walk on. It like kind of like trips forward, just bumps its head off the side of the thing, and then just like stands back up and because it keeps rolling. You know, sometimes it kind of rolls over its own head, but doesn't seem to mind, and then it just bumps into a wall, rights itself again, and then keeps rolling. Back so soon.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at Lord's like, yeah, totally.
Could have fooled me.
What did he say? They?
Could have fooled me.
Well, things are in place. lower level seem to be putting itself back together.
Yep, should patch itself up nicely in just a little bit.
Good.
Hey, job went
Look
fast.
forward to some peace and quiet.
Hope so. We're gonna have a lot of visitors around these parts, so don't think you're gonna have to worry about that.
I will relocate.
That's also a good idea.
I mean, it's up to you. So, I think we're all thinking the same thing, right?
I very much doubt that.
I look confused.
I believe
He-
Zarius was referring to the four of us. And we don't assume that you're thinking the same thing we are thinking.
I wouldn't dare. A great mind like yourself, I don't think I could even dare to come up with half the ideas one like you could come up with.
Lucas turns around to Zarius, just like a slightly raised eyebrow.
Yeah, it's like Faust stops
bard.
writing. Faust stops writing and just like turns to you slightly, Zarius. You can tell from the way their face is angled, they're not making like direct eye contact, but it's enough to acknowledge that you just said something.
Nice. I got them to look up
You
from
couldn't
what they
handle
were
me.
doing.
Is the response?
Hey, I saw their machine. That it was awesome. So I might as well give them a little bit of a compliment in the hopes that they don't decide to now murder
A
us.
little bit of a compliment. Thy mind is unfathomable. Thy thoughts lie beneath
That's
my
not what I.
comprehension.
That's not what I said. I said your your
However,
thoughts look awesome.
Beg
Your
thee,
ideas.
Prithee, be
Be
careful.
careful. Yeah.
Ah,
We're gonna find out if Dragonbone can regrow their tails.
bro,
It's
bro,
the
I
fifth
gave
time
I
someone
gave
wants
them
to
a
take the stairs.
compliment. What do you mean?
Saying
True.
maybe to
Oh.
your culture, but you don't know the culture they came from.
Well,
Look,
I
my
didn't.
friend is,
I did not compliment their culture. I complimented their mind.
That's not.
What did you want to say, Gabe?
I was going to back in character, but I guess we were not then.
No, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're yapping.
What my friend is trying to insinuate is that we are ready to move on the second part of our agreement. Though I am to assume that what we wish from you is likely different from each of us.
How interesting. Enlighten me.
Talechasers. Go ahead.
Why do I have to begin? What?
It's not an execution. I mean, I can begin.
I'm still
I want-
thinking.
I want to know some things. I'm not going to ask you the blueprints of your tower or the machinations of your engine, although I have been pondering about a kind of mechanical contraption that doesn't solely rely on Ethereum. It's tough to handle something poisonous when you have skin and, well, flesh organs that can fail you at the barest inconvenience. That what you have made seems definitely more reliable and less.
Have you considered simply not having skin? It only holds you back.
Well, sadly, my organism needs it to sustain my existence, so I'm afraid that till I figure out a way to transcend it, I will be stuck with this. Not that I have a particular desire, I suppose, to shed my flesh. No
I don't
offense
think you
intended.
have it in you.
Though I definitely have bones in me, but no, maybe you're right. I'm not sure I would enjoy eternal life. I have too many things to lose from gaining eternal life, which is ironic, but somehow also true.
That is exactly the way to eternal life, Ghost says.
I've heard some tales, read some tales about it. Definitely, you have to throw away a lot to be able to live forever. And, well, I suppose when I'll be done with saving the world and have all the leisure and time I want to pursue knowledge as I see fit, maybe then I'll start to realize just how much I care about time. But, well, I suppose our deal should already tell me enough about it. Nonetheless, mortality aside, I want to know some other things. For example, that little thing you have on your head, which I can't help but have noticed since since the moment I came here. And also, I suppose, since the moment I was down there, and I'm sure you felt what happened too.
I do not know of which you speak.
The mark upon your head, the one that looks quite closely to mine.
Foes lifts their skeletal hand from the page and touches it against their forehead. It was most kind of you to borrow it to me.
Blinka. I suppose you shouldn't be grateful for an act I haven't done willingly. I would like it back.
I've taken nothing from you.
I suppose you already have given it back. Well,
I never took it from you.
how do you borrow something without taking it? As he tilts his head a little bit.
Do you ask your mirror image if it has stolen your clothing or face?
Well, I don't think my mirror image borrows my clothing, but I think I get the gist of what you're saying. Well, that simplifies the matter a lot, but also, I suppose that's a much more boring outcome than what I had hoped for. But alas,
I'm
not everything.
terribly sorry that my studies are so mundane to you.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, your studies go beyond my understanding, too. More of a family quarrel that I've been trying to solve. I had a glimmer of hope that perhaps you could enlighten me, since you seemed somehow to be related, but I suppose that's out of the question now.
I don't see the resemblance at all.
Well, to be honest, you did shed the rest of your flesh and organs, so it's a lot harder to tell.
Our skeletons are nothing.
True. Though I did hear some speculations that gnomes are the product of, well, elven and dwarven breeding, but I suppose I'd have to look deeper into my ancestry.
Most kind of just like stares at you for a moment in that like 5 seconds unending like stare that doesn't like there's no talking, just staring. I do not care to know how these are related.
Yeah, I assume you didn't. For what purpose have you decided to study the Shadowfall? Of all the places, this sounds like the most. I would not dare to assume, well, plain, but there are definitely many things out there. Peculiar that it chose something that spawns creatures of shadows and little else.
Damn, why do you, a lich, want to study the plane of undeath? I have no idea.
You already are an undead.
That was Mark. That was not sorry.
Yeah, I know that was Mark. That was me, Gabe, being like, oh, true. He's already undead. Why would he study them?
How does any scholar find their favorite topic or their ultimate pursuit?
Both by chance. That's
By trying.
I found something that nobody else had studied so in depth, and I made it my own.
suppose there's reason in that, yeah. Kind of pointless to research something that's already been figured out. Tell me, how's your research been going? Have you been succeeding at, well, I suppose, unveiling the mysteries of the Shadowfell?
In my time there, yes.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it was cut short.
But
I found myself otherwise occupied in the meantime.
yeah, it definitely seems like you were in quite the predicament. Suppose glad we could come to aid.
But if your concerns were any indication, then yes, my research has worked out just fine.
Yeah, puts a hand to his chin. And say you don't come from a world with 3 moons, right? And 3 suns.
There's but one.
Yeah, figured as much. Well, worth a try. What's the name of it?
Does it matter to you?
I'm sure you were in my clothes when you were still a fledgling researcher, and imagine you have just been open to the notion that exists a severe amount of multiplanar dimensions that can nearly reflect each other almost equally. I think it would matter.
Their name is Lyra, but superstitious folk like your companion would likely call her Selune.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? My guy just said, "Hey, this is a god."
That's curious. I guess it's normal not to, well, understand naming conventions of different planes of existence, but an interesting find nonetheless.
You've heard this name before?
We have.
Yeah.
I asked, can I make a check?
Once, long ago. Deep in a mountain far below the earth. In the mouth of a creature who had lost themselves entirely.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it was our boy.
our boy.
Fuck.
Boy.
Me trying to remember the name. I'm tired.
Are you
I've-
talking about our dragon friend, or
Yes.
who are you?
Oh,
It's Grey Qualos.
Thank you, Skrikwall. When they were like, yeah,
A rat Skaven possessed creature.
yeah, no, but when they were kind of getting weaned off the drugs that Skaven had been giving it, and they started regaining some of their DNA encoded memories.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they mentioned something about saloon.
Makes sense.
It was. I have it right here in front of me.
It's in the chat.
Yeah, unless you want to read it, Amber.
Oh, let me do it.
Okay.
Okay.
This only really important part.
I mean, I also put it in the chat. But
Oh,
it's
you
fine.
did. Okay, there you go.
Mercury ichor shining as the moon.
Ika. I love the word ichor for some reason. Ika.
Ichor.
Think. I vaguely remember listening or hearing that name once. The Deep Dragon that we met down into a mountain wasn't actually a mountain, but well, I suppose the top part of it was. The bottom part was a massive vessel coming from outer space. But isn't Saloon a moon? Do you live on a moon?
No, I do not live on a moon. What sense does that make?
Okay,
Well,
so he's saying that.
sense is relative to the perspective of your own realm. We are in a magically conjured tower in the middle of an ocean made of congealed weave. Anything can make sense if you give it enough explanation.
A moon is a satellite. Would it
That is
not
true.
simply be my home and not a moon if I lived upon it?
Suppose so. Though you do at this point live in this tower, so there's a little difference.
I think Victoria's been quiet the entire time. Like, I think the confusion is that Tokas, you mentioned moons and suns, and then they said Saloon is the name of the moon, but didn't
There's
actually.
only one.
But
Her name is Lyra, but yes,
yeah, and
Saloon.
yeah, I think we were trying to figure out the name of the world you're from, but I think that's the confusion.
Well, they already mentioned it before, but I make the connection now. Very well. Thank you for enlightening me. That is very thought-provoking. Sort of intrigued. Just how many versions of Material Project are out there. Perhaps infinite, perhaps a finite amount. Wonder if someone made that the life purpose to find out exactly how many.
I'm sure they have.
I'd be delighted to meet them. Well, on to, I suppose, more pragmatical topics and less chatting about otherworldly planes. We need to reach the center of the maelstrom here in the Expanse. If you're not acquainted with it, it lies quite within the middle. And since it is so largely painted on maps, which half of the time are at least somewhat accurate, I would imagine that the thing all is all too, well, troubling for a simple vessel to go and submerge underneath. Would you not perhaps have any inventions or ideas or projects that could allow us to safely, let's say, pierce the surface of the ether and dive underneath a, well, maelstrom of the kind?
I am not familiar. with this maelstrom you speak of. I would have to see it with my own eyes.
Hmm.
I
Well,
need to know what I am dealing with.
if I am to simply estimate, as I don't believe you have any wish to suddenly fly out in the middle of the expanse and take a good look at it. It
I
is
will not
about
be flying out into the expanse. When my
that.
tower finishes. They go silent for a moment. Like almost stiffening up their spine and going quiet as though they're listening for something before they resume talking. When it finishes, mending the last of the cracks, I will move it myself.
Assume so. No reason to stay stranded in the middle of here. Well, the little information we have about the maelstrom itself is roughly as much as you would have simple guesses and estimations. From what I've seen from a map, it is roughly more than a dozen-mile long vortex in the middle of the expanse. The problem that we face as of now is pretty independent of the danger itself. We need to find a way to create a safe space around our vessel and a way to propel it below the ether, as well as protect it from powerful currents. If you have anything that could help with any such problems, it would definitely expedite our search.
I suppose that an agreement we made.
That is true, but we didn't agree to just how much or to what extent, so if you wish not to disclose or give anything of the sort, I won't resent you.
You have performed a task for me that my minions could not. I am willing to engage in this. They motion with their fingers. Alliance. And look into this maelstrom of yours and how to pierce below the surface. They say with a click of their jaw.
Tokus Cyber raises up slowly. I thought you wanted to return back to your studies. I don't see how it would benefit you to ally yourselves with us.
What are you doing?
I guess their interest got piqued.
I mean, that could be the case. Mine definitely
The
did when I heard.
quieter this place becomes, the more I find myself intrigued by its potential.
Those do share some things, after all. It is quite peculiar. And I definitely find that your design could use or adopt some Ethereum. You'll find that that material is fascinating. I say as I look at the chunk of Ethereum in their eye.
Host does not comment on it.
Very well. Well, that is truly all that I required of you. If my compatriots have any other requests, I will leave that to them.
You must be mistaken. This is my offer.
I look around at the team.
Vittorio frowns a bit. He's like,
Well,
I suppose if that's as good as it's going to get, then
They turn to you, Vittorio.
shouldn't say no to it. Yeah, they turn to me.
This is more than I. This is a lot more than I could have offered you.
Oh, yeah, I'll take your word for it. Don't
They
think,
said, "Oh,
Oh.
sorry."
yeah, he's like, oh, don't take what I'm saying as me being ungrateful. I just spent most of this time thinking about what I was going to ask for. That's all.
I can appreciate people who think before they speak. Unfortunately, your companion took 30 minutes to get to the point.
well, we're done with the job. Pleasantries are not that poisonous. Though I
I
suppose
don't know.
you are
I don't think
sensitive
they're
to
an
scent.
individual with pleasantries.
Our resident merchant has a way with his words.
Siren isn't here.
I'm glad he isn't.
Do you even know Siren? Oh yeah, you do.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
much.
We've had one.
Unfortunately, you met him
Unfor-
before he killed himself.
Unfortunately,
To
I
my
do.
displeasure, I am acquainted. After
Yeah,
he
they
made me
almost go
puke
to the
snow
death,
and die.
remember?
Oh yeah.
They almost
Unfortunately,
fucking murdered each other.
the fact is just unfortunately, I've known him for 3 days, which is 3 days too long. Damn Morensian traitor!
And ironically, it's been like less than a year and I knew him, and like we had a feud already.
Are you
Yeah.
quite done?
Might I add that if you or your minions wouldn't be able to complete this task, would it not be correct that you would be marooned here in this place, unable to leave to your desired location?
However astutely observed of you, priest.
Thank you, cantrip slinging skeleton.
I'll slay him all like cantrip. Power would kill the entire party.
There goes your mouth privilege, boy.
Self-referential. So if he refers to himself as that, and then I use it, it's a callback, right? Which
That's true.
means
The spell
It's a
slinging skeleton's mouth clicks shut.
I'm just a quirked up white boy, okay?
He's just flabbergasted. He actually dared to say that to the skeleton. Disintegrate.
Crazy work.
Cooked.
You were getting to a point, Lawrence?
Yeah. Before everyone in the party jumped on me to tell me that I'm dead. I'm a dead man walking. Lawrence would like to get his one insight regarding the Crawley situation, because I've been stuck on that for a while, and I guess he is a living, talking undead, so maybe he will have some insight on what my little baby boy needs to be happy, to be fulfilled, to have a home.
if you can entertain yourself quietly during your time here, then I can look into it.
Lawrence, to press the point, will smile and nod. I have nothing more to say.
Faust will dismiss you without speaking a word.
Yeah. Leave him to his musty ass unused bed.
Deadass. You're free to roam so long as you don't steal all the shit.
We say with pockets full of scrolls.
Yeah.
Pockets full of scrolls? Bro, those aren't gone. They're in an interdimensional space.
Oh, my bad. We say with a automaton full of scrolls.
Got lots of other scrolls in there. Don't
You
worry.
carried the fucking automaton with you.
We did.
Your 15-pound library automaton.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure that you did that.
I have the capacity. Lawrence doesn't carry much otherwise.
Damn, got destroyed by the bone dragon. Cooked.
Ever since you added the magnificent wardrobe, right? I just put all my like heavy stuff in there, which was all my heavy stuff was like scrolls and books and clothing. And all my clothing is in my magnificent wardrobe or with Vasily. And all my book stuff is in this automaton. So
Really?
it works out.
Little automaton.
Yeah, Shelly, she's a good girl. Oh.
But yes, Faust has some seating areas.
Nice, I'm gonna chill out by the fire. Warmth. Yippee.
Sit down
On the
son.
couch.
Yeah. Lawrence, you walk into the other room. This one seems a little bit more frequented, at least. It has two little cute sofas in front of a fire that looks like it's actually fire. And also, it's crackling quite warmly, so that's nice. There's a dining table with chairs that look like they've been seated on. Although, who is eating here? And also, you've not seen that many people in this place at all. Like most of the other rooms, every other like piece of wall that is not a covered by a window or a door is covered like floor to ceiling in bookshelves. Although these books have white pages, unlike the ones in the other room that were all black and empty. Rest of the party, what do you do?
Well, it's gonna be a waiting time, isn't it?
What are we waiting for?
On Faust
Ah, that makes sense.
to gather
Yeah,
the
I
things
guess
we
I'll
asked.
just I'll roam around the tower, take a look at what's interesting around there.
But don't worry, Amber. I have one thing that I'm going to be doing, and it's very important. I'm gonna play with the little guy. Let's go.
He starts following you around again, Zarius.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with him.
At no point in time does it become clear if it just likes following you or if it maybe just wants to fucking tear your feet off.
That's probably
No,
You will never know because it's inside of the bowl.
It wants to tear my feet off, but I'm fine with that. I'm like, who's a little ugly guy? Who's a little ugly guy?
Like, this hamster bowl doesn't have, like, a latch in it. Like, there's no... It just looks like... It's like a crystal bowl. It doesn't have, like, an opening to get inside.
I'm rolling it back every now and again.
It, like, It will literally roll and do, like, a little backflip over its own head, and then it will just, like, stand up again. Like, nothing happened. It doesn't seem to get tired of its own antics or yours.
Who's a weird little guy? Who's a weird little guy? You are.
You can audibly hear post rolling their eyeless sockets.
It's like this thing could murder people in an instant. What are you doing?
Peasants die to this freaking hamster ball.
Who was a little guy?
A little bowl. What is it that interests you, Tokas?
Just anything that looks peculiar when in a lich tower. I'm sure it's a treasure trove or a specimen and magical oddities.
Yeah, I named several of them on your ways up and down.
That is true. I guess if there's nothing more outside of the already things we've seen, then I will simply have a closer inspection in Faust's little pantry of things.
Very well.
Very well, peasant.
The lower, there's no library up here, right? The lower floors were all messed up. Actually, no,
I
there is.
described hundreds of books.
Yeah, they were in the living room, right? Oh, I'll go check those out. There's no knocking hurt. Take a look at the books.
All right. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Lucas.
Yeah.
There are so many books here, and it doesn't really look like there's any what do you call duplicates?
Makes sense. Why
Although
would you?
some are bound in at least like serial version, I guess.
Yeah.
You see most of them across their spines, you see the titles, you also see the author. A lot of the books here are written by Faust,
Go.
as
The
indicated
book.
by an author that's simply denoted as F.
Oh. Very understandable. What does he write about?
You just read pathetic worms. Suck ass. They're called humans.
If you're reading this, you're stupid.
If you're reading this, I hope you die in the most horrific accident of your life.
If you're reading this, you have 5 seconds left to live. And then you turn the
Damn.
page. 4.
That'd be fun.
Melted.
What is Mr. Foss writing about?
There's some beginner guides to the Shadowfell here.
Beginner guides.
Shadowfell 101.
Which is, I think, is the most surprising because a beginner guide to the Shadowfell arguably indicates he'd want to help someone guide
Yep.
to Shadowfell, which is totally
Mhm.
not what this guy would do.
You'd think so, but then why are they writing so many books?
Because
Mm.
it's misinformation. They're sharing information that's completely false. So he
how
actually
to
has
die in the Shadowfell.
he owns a hegemony of information about the Shadowfell and was like, "Oh, the Shadowfell is actually a really cool place with angels." When skinned alive.
There is the Anatomy of Absence, Faust's Guide to the Shadowfell.
Huge.
There are books upon books of experiments with negative magic.
Hmm.
The mortal delusion of borrowed time. Carving power from the dead. Correspondence with the neverborn. An entire, 12 book bound, anthology of Faust's interactions with a people, you suppose? That's what you can get from, just leafing through this, that they keep referring to as Shadarkai.
Cool.
Yo.
Don't make me say.
You shouldn't. Not here.
I will.
That speaks a lot
I'm
about your
thinking about
character.
it. I'm thinking about it.
You should not think about it.
What? Say what?
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Say it, Vittorio. Type it for us.
And then why
No, screaming out loud and then explain the context behind it as well. So that everyone
Yeah.
understands what you're itching to say. Say it.
No.
Explain to the
No,
public what it
I
is
don't know what
that
you're
is
talking about.
scratching at the back of your brain so harshly.
Please
I
don't
would
mind me.
I would need some help because I'm really confused as to what at all you're referencing. And I know I'm making this sound sarcastic AF, but I'm genuinely confused as to what you're referencing.
Yeah, we're all wondering what it is that he is thinking about. Tokas, what you don't wonder about is you have this whole section here, right? You have
What is here?
this whole section here, all either location, location based locations within the Shadowfell, peoples in the Shadowfell, creatures within the Shadowfell, magical theorem, negative energy, planar lore, etc., etc., etc. This is everything to
Dude,
do.
this is your fucking living room. Why do you keep Shadowfell books in your living room?
He fucking loves the Shadowfell. What?
Yeah, he really likes the Shadowfell.
I mean,
None
I
of these are
get
none of them are diaries. All of them are just books, straight
Yeah,
up bound books.
that
Let
makes
a
sense.
lich have a fucking hobby, bro. They live for 3 billion years.
I was about to say if they had one, only one.
This side is decidedly different. They are smaller, um, small books. Very how do I say this? Very stout books.
The
Very
romance novel
small.
books.
That funny that you should say that.
No, it's not funny at all. I know liches made a pastime.
It's true. It's true.
What is it?
Togas, on this side you see, what do you call them? I don't want to call them paperbacks. It's like soft leather covers, little booklets.
Huge.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what are those about?
Uh, one of them is called The Hero and the Hollow. You've got mail from beyond the grave. The Necromancer's Guide to Dating.
What? You need to read this book.
Oh fuck! No, I think Lawrence needs to read
Shit.
that book.
Spicy.
Uh,
Wait a
Tokas,
second. Is there a
one of them-
Sangromancer version?
One of them.
One of them, Tokas, you like read it and you're like, huh? It's literally just called Bite Marks on My Femur.
Bro quite literally has a porn book out here.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly,
Holy fucking shit. This lich
I
does
can't
not
say
give a
anything.
shit. It's like, oh, you expect the library of ancient fucking knowledge? No, bro.
Smut.
Multi-dimensional sex smut.
The library
Again-
Multi-dimensional smut tapes.
the library of
Again,
good
it
knowledge
is-
has been fucking shut up by the tower.
in his defense, I don't think he ever really expected people as company, so he is just there like,
that's fair.
To be fair, this is not a fucking guest room. This is his living room.
Yeah.
Why he has like 17 chairs and a table that is as long as the room beats me. But I guess he eats with his fucking Shadowfell creatures and that goddamn hamster in a ball.
I mean, why not, you know?
Nah, that's a good point.
Would you like to read The Skeleton Key to My Heart? Or perhaps How to Lose a Guy in 600 Years?
Oh, yeah, he definitely knows about that. That's how the tapestries.
So sad.
Very sad, but I don't think I'm interested in multiplanar smut, I'm afraid. Could give quite a bit
Unfortunate.
of context in its, society and community, but... not
That's
my
what
cup of
Tokas thinks to himself as he's like flipping through pages.
tea. Oh my god.
It sure is a shame we like accidentally let out his in heavy quotation marks pet.
Mm.
But yeah, we let it out, definitely.
Yeah, the one that was in the room. The line
Yeah,
was
we
cold
didn't
iron.
we didn't fucking kill it at all.
Yeah,
Let
I
it out.
mean, you know.
Oh, it escaped. What a pity.
Okay.
In truth, it was its only company beside Stevie, but Stevie's a little bit. He's got like a behavioral problem.
Steven is exactly the way he's meant to be.
I'm trying to fucking eat everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just what they do.
that's what he was made for.
That makes sense.
Devouring spellcasters.
What
Stevie.
was he made for?
Me, a spellcaster, owning a spellcaster eating pet. Yes.
No, why not?
The finest maneuver.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, I love
like
it when
the
the
people-
other liches turn
like,
up
it's
to
like the-
fucking take my wizard tower, and my fucking spellcaster eating pet fucking eats their shit before they even get within fireball range.
Honestly, and then they pick up their little
Elbozo.
fucking spell.
I was
book.
actually thinking of parents who have 2 young children and a pit bull named Pebbles, but you know, whatever.
Yeah. When the 90-pound cupcake pitbull runs at the children of the kindergarten at 4 miles per hour.
Me and my fucking hydrogen bomb baby versus your
Yeah.
7 million lions.
Coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb.
Stop talking.
Coughing bomb
Jesus
versus hydrogen
Christ.
baby.
Oh. Hydrogen baby, let's go.
Mhm.
In this case, Stevie is the hydrogen baby.
Remember,
This
how's
is
this fire
true.
burning? Is it actually generating heat, or am I just sitting here cold and illuminated?
You feel warm, Lawrence. You feel like there's an actual fire. It looks like
Holy
an actual
shit.
fire too. So cozy here.
Is
Little
this an
bit.
illusion?
You want to stick your hand into it?
I have control flame, so yes.
But do you have control radiation?
Yeah, you try to. Did
Gonna
you
radiate you.
spellcast here?
Moment. Spellcast? We've been spellcasting all over here.
Just asking.
Yeah. I'll do control flame.
Okay, you control flame. The fire doesn't respond to you.
Wow.
You think to yourself, "Wow." You see that on the couch next to you is a book that is like in the process of being read. Like it's like open on a page. It has a little like page marker.
I lean over. What does it say? don't touch my shit, or
The entire book, what?
yeah, no, I mean, like, what's the book about? Like, put my hand in and turn over to the title. What is the title?
It's called The Grave Thief.
Gold
Is there a
stealing
synopsis on the
scrolls is
back?
banned.
You flip it over, Lawrence. It just says 3 lines. She steals corpses. He is one. It's a match made in hell.
Oh my god. We didn't find a lich. This is like a bard version of a lich, and all he has is smut. That's his research.
Man, I need to long rest so I can prepare Intaglio and just like copy all of this fastly.
What the
Nothing,
hell?
bro, wants you to fucking
If the
steal it.
Shadowfell is like, if the smut is like our deepest, darkest, like desires, then they should exist in the Shadowfell, which is a dark reflection of us. You see.
True, brother is trying to provoke any sense of like emotion inside himself, so he can like use it to study the shadow. But he's like, never mind.
Please, I just want to feel something.
Yeah.
Alright. I think what we can do. Let's give Vincent a chance to do something next session as well. And then you guys can look into the other room if you want with all the ingredients.
Yeah.
You're welcome to read some books.
Yeah, I have to wait for the master of the house. I had another question that came up later after we stopped talking, so now I have to wait for it.
I mean, between you and me, he's not gonna figure out this fucking maelstrom shit today.
Yeah.
No, I want to ask him how I can raise my daughter.
Bro.
Well, no
not
problem at all. If you bring her to me, I will raise her.
That's the last thing I'll do, definitely.
I
But
It will take me 12 seconds to raise your daughter.
yeah, I'll prefer her with. I prefer her with her skin and feathers on. Thank you.
Well, you asked me to raise her.
Yeah,
I was just going to ask if he has dragon parts, so I can become level 2 in dragon.
That's true. That's true. You could do that.
Yeah, fucking rip off your tail and put in like a dragon.
He's
tail.
like, there's some dragon parts. Oh, hold on a moment. It fucking takes
Have
your
you
tail.
considered just eating Toka as his child?
Literally.
I mean,
it's
he
just
probably
like,
has
hey, you got
considered
some
it,
dragon parts? Yes, I do. And
I
he fucking
know.
punches your
That's
heart
why I
out.
keep Zarya at least 10 feet away from her at all times.
Well, I
Restraining
can hit
order
2
against
birds in 1 stone. He says he gives Zarias the daughter to eat and then raises her as an undead.
I will entomb you in a way that you'll never see the light again.
Between you and me, he would have been entombed in this tower, so it's okay. I don't think he
That's
minds.
True.
That's true.
Ambi Kane.
Yes.
Is there any smut books on
Oh my God.
vampires and priests? Just out of pure
What's a
curiosity.
necromancer one?
Wow, make me a forensics check.
Because I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, maybe this could be like recommended reading.
Actually, that's a good idea. You said there was magical theory as well, right?
Yeah.
Is there maybe a book on like magical development? Because that's what I wanted to ask
Use
Faust
my
himself.
human determination.
But like,
Because I'm
Your
quite
human
determined.
determination!
that's a good point.
It's a 19 to a 20.
Goodness gracious. I will get to your question in a moment, though, guys.
Yeah,
1
don't worry.
second. Yeah, Lawrence, you find a couple of them. There's confession. There's a whole series of the forbidden devotion trope.
A whole fucking series of them?
It is
And I'm like-
confessions at midnight mass. He came to absolve me, and I showed him exactly why I needed saving.
Pooped.
There is the last rites and the first bites.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some themed books.
Some themed books?
Yeah, one of them is like a like holy war themed type of deal. It seems to be about a priest who is stuck in a city in hell. Very strange. He's stuck in a city in hell, right? And there are these vampires who are also stuck in the city.
Hmm.
And together they have to find a way to like defend the city while the city is also, going down into the river Styx. It's kind of crazy
Yeah,
plot.
it's very strange.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I storm into Faust's library and I slap these books down on his
What do you mean?
counter and I tell him, my boyfriend is a vampire and I don't know what to do with him. Which one of these books should I read?
Faust doesn't look up from their book that they're writing.
He knows it all of them by fucking memory. He doesn't
He
need to look.
fucking does. I know he does. You know he does. We all know this little smutty lich knows all of these books. He's rereading them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, get your little
Says the
voice
lich.
changer on, Amber.
The lich goes, what the fuck? Cooked. Absolutely cooked.
I recommend that you read The Martyr's Neck. I think that you'll find the themes enlightening.
Food simulator.
I like. Oh, I look over the titles. Do I find it?
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up. If I don't finish this, I will take it with me. If that's okay.
The Lich stops scribbling for a moment.
Oh, never mind. You stole the smut. Cooked.
If that's a deal breaker, you have to tell me now. Communication's important.
I will provide you with a copy. Now leave me be.
Thank you. All right, Amber. I'm gonna power read this.
Alright, Lawrence gets to reading.
What was the name of the book? A...
The
Can you give me a handout
Martyr's
for it?
Neck. What do you mean a handout?
Can I get a
He wants you.
detailed
He wants you
handout?
to write it all out. He wants you
Yeah.
to write the story.
Alright, yeah, sure.
Well,
I will write
I
it.
need it so that I can put it into my as one of the books for one of the book slots in my automaton.
You know you can make books, right? Like you can just make items. Ooh. I will
no.
write a book later.
Thank you.
I'll write a book later. Just
I
back
will.
out it.
I will make a book now.
Alright, I'll make a 200-page book later, but first I'm gonna answer Toka's questions about magical theorem.
Oh yeah, true. I'm looking for a book that can teach me a little bit of how to develop magical potential. Because I have a somewhat, perhaps, magically inclined daughter who is like months old, and I'm not a dad. I hadn't done this before, so I gotta figure out how to train someone into the art of magic from a young age.
Dude, that's
And my
my
options
mom.
are: I ask the Lich, who is like the pinnacle of magic. I got like the field expert right here. Or I can find a book. Or I can do both, but I can start with a book since I gotta wait for him to be done scribbling.
Mm-hmm.
Or you also just saw Lawrence burst into his like study and make some demands.
Yeah, and hear about smut. Fair enough.
Honestly, that might be a good way to bond. Really.
There's a lot of books here, Tokas. Like, it goes into everything from the principles of magic, the first laws of different types of magic, paradoxes in magics, some like deeper studies about negative magic mostly, but there are, I suppose, Yeah, I suppose necromancy would also be in there. Necromancy, some bit of transmutation, a bit of conjuration as well.
Damn. Dabbling a little bit of everything.
Some crazier books too, like The God Eater's Dilemma, but don't worry about that.
I think my daughter's not interested in that.
No,
Afraid.
okay.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
understand. I understand.
Yet.
I understand.
She might be in the future, you know.
I
Her
understand,
ancient
I
dragon
understand.
form be like,
So,
what?
eat the gods? Maybe. Eat the rich?
What do we need? Maybe awakening, you know?
Oh, awakening? Yo? Sounds promising.
It's a book on quantifying what magic is exactly and what it means to have a magical spark within you.
That sounds pretty useful. I'll pick that one up. Start giving it a read. While we wait for Faust.
This is some books on pyromancies from Ember to Inferno, you know. All about burning the whole place down. It's the only book about pyromancy.
It's scorched.
All the other ones are
It's
burned.
partially scorched, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Some theories about the Blashko lines, aka the lines that you can see when you're in the Feywild,
Yeah.
mapping your
those.
inner power. Although you wonder how you would see those on your daughter because she has feathers over her skin.
Truth.
Yeah, you'll be able to find some books. Make me a forensics check just to see how good a quality is, though.
I'm forensicing. Rah. What is it? 21. Windows.
All right, you get a piece of gold here.
Damn, find gold in the library.
It literally is. It's literally cold. It seems to be an older book, a more worn one. It's called "Fail Until It Works." 100
Called
mistakes that you don't have to repeat.
How to raise your magically inclined child. Love it.
If only.
If only.
Again, you should just ask my mom.
Yeah, maybe.
She did raise a magic inclined child.
You weren't a griffin. I feel like there's some,
Why would that matter?
feel some substantial difficulties. You're also not a wizard.
You think she's gonna be a wizard?
I mean, that depends on the instructions she receives, the education.
I know, man. If she's gonna be anything, it's gonna be like a sorcerer with the amount of magical power she was born with.
Who knows?
Who knows, indeed. We can look into that some more between sessions. But Torio, you had a question?
Yeah. As people have left the study and gotten comfortable and/or went to look at books and stuff. Victoria's like, right. So just between you and me, looking into the maelstrom. That's like gonna take a couple of days at least, right?
That depends entirely on the nature of what I will be dealing with, doesn't it?
I suppose.
I have dedicated centuries to my work in the Shadowfell.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was leaning towards. It's just making sure it's
Get to your point.
just making sure that it's not gonna take several weeks or months, because we can't really stick around for that long, I don't think.
You mean in my tower?
Uh-huh.
You will not be sticking around that long.
Okay, then that's
You
good.
will leave and we will be in contact.
Right, good. then we're on the same page. That's excellent. Right. I'll let you get to it then. I'll go have a look at some of the flora I saw you had. Seemed a bit interesting. Might be something I haven't seen before.
It is certainly things that you have never seen before.
Well, that would be interesting to grow some flora from another plane, another world.
I did not say that you could have them.
I know. I'm just saying it would be interesting. All right. Well, the best of luck to you.
Faust does not respond. But their pen hits the paper again and they scribble something down. And you leave the study to go exploring. Like, this is a museum. An all the dangerous skeleton's house.
Cantrip slinging skeleton, I'll have you know.
A cantrip slinging skeleton's house.
Yeah.
And I suppose, yeah, you're right. This would be a good point to close it for tonight. And reopen it next time. Make sure that everybody's had a chance to look at things.
Yeah. Ooh. Thank you very much for hosting, Amber. Thank you guys for being here and playing. And
Yeah, thank you for playing.
thank
Thank you
you
for playing.
to our lovely viewers as well.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, we'll
Thanks for
hopefully
watching.
see you next Friday.
Yeah, see you next Friday.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.